The story begins on a cliff. We see a man attack an older man with his sword. The older man managed to block the attack. The man was annoyed to see this. The older man smiled and told the younger man that he is impressed. He said that he did not expect him to be able to move like this after receiving a grave injury. He referred to the younger man as the Phantom Swordsman and told him that his mental fortitude fits his title. He told the Phantom Swordsman that the sword techniques he created were amazing. The man tapped his sword and sent the Phantom Swordsman flying. He covered his sword with his internal energy. He told the Phantom Swordsman that he won't be able to use any energy in his current state. He told him it is actually a miracle that he is even able to move in the first place. The man took a stance and told the Phantom Swordsman that he no longer needs to fight. He told him that he can rest. The moment he said this, he fired several energy attacks at the Phantom Swordsman. The Phantom Swordsman managed to stand his ground and block the attacks. Immediately, he blocked the attacks. The man charged at him and landed a kick on his stomach. The attack pushed him down. The man tried to stab him, but he managed to dodge the attack. He used his leg to attack the man. He was able to kick his sword away. He stood up and rushed to attack the man's head. The man was able to dodge his attack by moving his head to the side. The Phantom Swordsman gave him a punch that sent him flying. He landed on the ground. He gathered his energy in his hand and fired it at the Phantom Swordsman. To his surprise, his attack did not land on the Phantom Swordsman. He was no longer in front of him. The man wondered about where the Phantom Swordsman was. Unfortunately for him, the Phantom Swordsman was already above him. The man noticed a shadow above him. However, it was too late for him to react. The Phantom Swordsman managed to land a clean cut on the man. He tore him apart. After the fight was over, we see the Phantom Swordsman sitting with another man. The man seemed to be blind. He asked the Phantom Swordsman if he has killed the old demon head. The Phantom Swordsman said that he has. He said that this bloodbath, which will go down in history as the Shangxi massacre, is now over. The Phantom Swordsman looked at the bodies around him. He referred to them as shitheads. This martial artist appeared out of nowhere. They called themselves the Black Knight Palace. They swept through more than a dozen smaller sects and clans within the last 3 days. The Phantom Swordsman said that the world was able to witness the alliance of the orthodox and unorthodox factions thanks to the Black Knight Palace. The blind man referred to the Phantom Swordsman as Dako Hien. He reminded him about their promise to have a duel after creating their sword techniques. He told the Phantom Swordsman that he won't be able to fulfill the promise. Hien asked him if this is really what he is thinking about while dying. The man laughed when he heard this. He told Hien that they have dedicated their entire lives to the sword. He said that he has fought countless martial artists and witnessed many sword techniques. He told the Phantom Swordsman that he is yet to see a sword technique as hard to deal with and as keen as his own. He told him that his devotion to the sword surpasses that of anyone else's. Due to this, the man wanted to ask Hien for a favor. Hien asked him to tell him. The man begged him to look after his disciple and the Manhwa sect. The Phantom Swordsman was shocked to hear this. He asked the man if he has lost his mind. He asked him if he has forgotten who he is talking to because he is dying. He reminded him that he is the best swordsman of the unorthodox factions. He could not believe that the man was asking him to look after the Manhwa sect. While he was talking, the man gave him a bead. He told Hien that it is the Plum Blossom Spirit bead. He said that it is a relic of his sect. He asked Hien to give it to his sect leader. The Phantom Swordsman was annoyed to hear this. He wanted to yell at the man. He noticed that the man was breathing heavily. He accepted the beads and told the man that he is also on the brink of death. He told him that he is asking too much of him. The man reminded him that they are each other's sword friends, although he felt embarrassed. He told Hien that he is actually grateful. Hien told him that he should be grateful. He told him that he is going to spend the rest of his life in the Manhwa sect thanks to him. The moment he said this, his friend blew up. His hand and different parts of his body splashed all over the place. Hien was shocked to see this. While he was trying to process what just happened, someone fired a blade made out of energy at him. Hien quickly grabbed his sword. With a look of anger on his face, he fired several slashes at the attack. He managed to block it. He also fired several slashes at the person who attacked them. The person easily blocked the attack by simply waving his hand. Hien was shocked to see this. The man gathered his energy in his hands and fired it at our boy. The attack caused a huge explosion. The Phantom Swordsman fell to his knees. He lost one of his arms. He could not believe what he was seeing. He wondered if it was possible for a person to be this strong. He looked around. He wondered if this was the Black Knight Palace Master. He remembered that he already killed the old man. His corpse was still where he left it. He believed that this must be a hidden disciple of the old man or the real Black Knight Palace Master himself. Heian understood that the man was incomparably stronger than the Black Knight Palace Master, but he did not expect the man to take his entire arm even if he has been weakened by his fight with the old man. He could not believe that the man did this with just his demonic energy. Heian apologized to his friend. He told him that he didn't get the chance to take his body back home. He tapped his leg and said that he will try to keep his promise. The mysterious man was surprised to see that Heian managed to stand up. Our boy ran towards the edge of the cliff. Heian did not know if he will be able to survive falling off a cliff after losing the man, but he did not want to give up. He wanted to believe that there was hope. He jumped and turned around. He promised to never forget the man. He told himself that he will take care of the man the next time he sees him. The moment he thought of this, an energy blade tore his body apart. Heian could not comprehend what was happening. All he could see was the lower parts of his body falling down. He also saw the man laughing at him. Heian called him a fucker. He asked him to stop laughing. As he fell off the cliff, Heian apologized to his friend. He told him that he won't be able to keep the promise. Before he lost consciousness, the beads released a bright red light. In the next scene, Heian heard people calling out to him. He could not believe that he survived. Someone called him senior disciple. Our boy was surprised to hear this. When he opened his eyes, the person called out to a man known as Elder Baekjin. He informed him that the senior disciple has opened his eyes. Heian did not know why he was calling him senior disciple. He did not know that he was in a different body. The elder grabbed his head and referred to him as Manhwa. He told him that he did great. Heian immediately recognized the man. He remembered him as Elder Baekjin of the Manhwa sect. The elder said that the heavens has blessed them. He said that he actually thought that he was too late, even though he tried acupuncture. The elder called him Manhwa and asked him to stay still. Heian did not understand why the man kept calling him Manhwa. He remembered that Manhwa is the senior disciple of the Manhwa sect's second-generation disciples. He is the disciple of his friend whose name is Hyunjo. The Phantom Swordsman did not understand why he was called Manhwa. He wondered if the old man has lost his mind. While he was thinking, he remembered how the beads were shining. He quickly understood the situation. He said that the light is the issue. The disciple next to him was surprised to hear this. He told him that his wounds have not closed yet. He asked him not to speak. In the next scene, we see Heian stand up. The elder asked him if he is going outside. Heian said that he is. He realized that he almost replied rudely to the elder. The elder told him that it is a good idea to move around a bit. He reminded him that he was bedridden and unable to eat for a week. He asked him not to push himself too hard. Heian stepped out of the building and moved around the area. He went to a pond and used the water to wash his face. He could not believe that only 7 days has passed. He felt like it has been a year. For the past 7 days, Heian dreamed of a life. He dreamt about Manhwa's life. He saw his entire life and the things he experienced. He saw the 2 decades that the young man lived through. Heian saw how the sect was attacked through Manhwa's eyes. He saw how the sect was burnt down, how the disciples were killed. They tried to fight back, but a large amount of them were killed. He saw Hyunjo talking to the young man. He saw Hyunjo fighting the Black Knight Palace Master. He saw how Manhwa got injured while trying to save his fellow disciple. Heian called him an absolute fool. He could not believe that Manhwa tried to help someone when his body is so weak. He believed that he should have put himself first before anyone. Thanks to the injury he got, Manhwa died. Heian remembered that the light came from the plum blossom spirit beads. He wondered why he was the one who got reincarnated and why he ended up in this body. He did not understand why Hyunjo wasn't chosen. He wondered if this was also fate. He let out a sigh and stood up. Even if he did not like it, it did not change the fact that he has been given another chance at life. Heian knew that he could not throw away this chance. He promised to find the masked man and cut him up into pieces. Heian knew that the man was stronger than the Black Knight Palace Master. He was certain that he won't have been able to defeat the man even if he wasn't injured. In order to get a chance at beating the man, our boy has to grow stronger than his previous self. As he walked into a building, he remembered Hyunjo asking him to look after his disciple and his sect. He also remembered what Hyunjo told Manhwa. His friend asked his disciples not to fear. He told them that they will be the ones to protect the sect. Ian took out some books from the shelf and placed them on the table. He asked his friend not to worry. He said that he will fulfill his promise and avenge his death no matter what. In the next scene, we see some men talking to the sect leader. The sect leader asked them if they need to rebuild a total of 8 pavilions. A man told him that they do. He said that the damages grew because they were unable to put out the last ambush's fire in a timely manner. The sect leader told the man known as Baek-san that he assumes that they don't have enough money to cover the damages because of their previous damages. Baek-san told him that he is correct. He revealed to him that profits and visitors will be cut down drastically for a while. The sect leader, whose name is Baekyu, realized that they need to avoid large expenditures. He told Baek-san that it is better if they start with the most important pavilion first. He asked Baek-jin about the disciples' recovery. The man informed him that they are all recovering smoothly. He said that the gravely injured disciples are also doing much better. He asked him not to worry. The sect leader was relieved to hear this. He asked him about how Mu-wai is doing. He believed that the news about Hyun-jo would have been shocking for the boy. Baek-jin told the sect leader that our boy actually took it better than he expected. He said that Hyun has healed a lot. He revealed to him that he was walking around yesterday. Baek-san was surprised to hear this. The sect leader was relieved to hear this. He said that it is good that Hyun is taking it well. He asked Baek-jin to still check up on him once in a while. He reminded him about the kind of child Mu-wai is. He said that he is worried that the boy is just pretending to be all right. He hoped that the boy was going to get through it. The scene shifts, and we see our boy reading in his room. While reading, he remembered talking to his friend when he visited the sect. He and Hyun-jo were watching the disciples train. Hyun-jo asked Hyun about how the disciples are. Hyun asked him about what he means. The man asked him to tell him what he thinks of the disciples. Hyun told his friend that they are useless. Hyun-jo agreed with him. He said that the Manhwa sect is currently regressing. According to the man, the sword technique is the pinnacle of variability and illusions that brings the plum blossoms into bloom, and they fool themselves into thinking it is of perfection. Hyun-jo asked his friend if he is aware of the future that awaits a sect that is incapable of reflecting and developing new paths. Hyun said that the sect will experience its downfall. Hyun-jo told him that he is right. He told him that there is no use trying to force change. Hyun told him that he would try to force change if he was in his position. He asked him if he has another idea. Hyun-jo said that he will show the disciples that the plum blossom sword technique is not all there is. He said that he will show them that there is a higher realm that they can reach. Hyun asked his friend if this is the reason why he came up with the promise to create their own sword techniques and duel with them in the future. Hyun-jo reminded our boy that he has reached his current realm by renovating various martial arts techniques. He said that he assumed that it will be possible for him, since he is the best swordsman in the unorthodox faction. When Hyun first saw the disciples of the sect, he thought that the problem was with the sect. They are called a renowned sect, and yet they were unable to put out anyone talented for the last 100 years except Hyun-jo. Hyun realized that this was a foolish assumption. He had only seen the entry-level martial arts, such as the six-fold combo circulation technique and the six-fold combo sword technique. Both of these techniques are flawless. Martial arts techniques become more powerful with time as it goes through the hands of other people. This is the power of a sect. The Manhwa sect hit a wall because it was too great. Hyun realized that his friend wanted to show the disciples the determination to get through the wall by introducing them to a new realm. He decided to complete the new sword techniques that Hyun-jo was not able to complete as a way to compromise on the promise they made. He realized that the sword techniques will have to be only and wholly belong to the sect. It can't just be the form and movements of the sect. It also has to have the intentions of the Manhwa. In order to do this, our boy needed to enlighten himself on the teachings of the sect, starting from the very basics. After this, he can then go to Hyun-jo's sword techniques. Hyun sat in a lotus position and circulated his energy around his body. He wanted to erase all the martial arts and teachings that Mu-wai learned. Even if they are trying to learn the same techniques, the interpretations and lessons learned by them will be different. Hyun could not accept what Mu-wai learned as his. Our boy knew that he could not underestimate the practice just because it is the basics. Hyun was using the autumn flower circulation technique. He noticed that the speed of the technique did not fall behind the ghost arts. It was also very stable. In his past life, Hyun only sought efficiency, and he used unorthodox sword techniques. The sword techniques of the Manhwa are different. Our boy believed that he can learn something completely different from this. He realized that the life of the phantom swordsman who only cared about the sword is now over. He decided to live as Mu Wai from now. The scene shifts, and we see one of the disciples knock on Hien's door. He referred to him as senior disciple and asked him if he is inside. Hien did not reply immediately. The boy continued knocking. Our boy was forced to open his eyes. He looked very tired. He stepped out of the room to see the person at the door. He recognized the boy as Mu Chiol. He asked him about why he came. The boy informed him that he came to check on him because it has been 3 days since he left the Harmony Medicine Palace, and yet he has not been to the morning training sessions. Hien was surprised to hear that it has been 3 days. He remembered that they said that he wasn't able to eat properly for 7 days. He was reminded of the time when he was trapped in the Blood Tempest sect's inescapable net tactic. He told Mu Chiol that he didn't know that so much time has passed. He asked him to direct him to the training ground. As he walked down the stairs, Mu Chiol carefully looked at his senior. He could tell that something was different about Mu Wai. Our boy actually wanted to get a good drink to satisfy his thirst. At the training ground, we see a boy with long hair directing the other disciples. The other disciples were copying his movements. He asked a boy known as Mu Ryan to raise his arm higher. The boy accepted the order and quickly corrected himself. Hien watched the disciples as they trained. He realized that they were still as terrible as ever. Their feet kept moving when it shouldn't because they were not able to maintain balance. This further worsens the weight balance. They are also unable to add strength into their attacks because of this. Their posture was bad too. They were completely lacking in basics. Hien believed that it was a complete mess. Fortunately, the instructor wasn't actually bad. Our boy remembered that the boy's name is Mu Jin. He was relieved that there is at least one proper disciple. The boy was actually correcting them well. He was like a senior disciple to the second-generation disciples. Hien wondered why this boy was doing something that the senior disciple should be doing. He believed that the owner of the body must have had a really shy personality. He was also lacking in martial arts and leadership skills. However, Mu Jin was different. He knew how to lead people. He has a calm personality, and he has shown great potential ever since he was young. It makes sense that a lot of the disciples listened to him. It is natural for those with talents and skills to be given opportunities. Mu Jin has the skills and the personality, so Hien did not have any issues with him taking on the role of senior disciple. Of course, this has to change now. After Mu Jin was done with the training, he put his hand together and told them that it is over for today. The disciples were quite tired. They felt like Mu Jin has been a lot stricter recently. While they were talking, they all noticed their senior. They greeted him and asked him if he is all right. Hien told them that he is fine. One of them noticed something about him. She felt like something about her senior was different. Mu Jin walked down the stairs to greet his senior. He told him that he wasn't able to greet him properly because he was in the middle of training. Hien noticed that the boy did not fully walk down the stairs. It is disrespectful to stand above your senior while talking. He told the boy that it must be hard for him to do something that he should be doing. Mu Jin bowed his head and told our boy that he is thankful that he allowed him to do it. Hien informed the boy that he will be doing it from now on. Mu Jin was surprised to hear this. The other disciples could not believe what they were hearing. Mu Chiol realized that he was right. He thought that he was being sensitive before. He became certain that his senior has changed. Mu Jin reminded our boy that he was the one who asked him to do it before. Hien asked the boy if there is something wrong with him choosing to take on his responsibility again. Mu Jin told him that he asked him to do it because he didn't have the confidence that he will be able to carry out the job properly. Hien smiled when he heard this. He realized that this idiot wants to become the head disciple. The head disciple is a disciple that has the ability to succeed the role of sect leader. Currently, there are very few first-generation disciples because of the Shangxi massacre. The remaining first-generation disciples and the elders are busy with the reconstruction of the sect. In order to change the Manhwa sect, it will be more efficient to change the second-generation disciples because they are the future of the sect. It is much easier to do this rather than trying to change the minds of the elders and the first-generation disciples. On top of this, there is also the purple aura circulation technique. This is a technique that only the sect leader and the head disciple of the sect can learn. It is one of the top 10 circulation techniques when it comes to powerful internal energy. Hien needs this technique in order to surpass his past self. He needed to become the head disciple. Our boy knew that Mu Jin would be shocked to hear that he has to leave the job. Mu Jin asked Hien if he believes that he has the right. He asked him to tell him what he did when the Black Knight Palace invaded their sect. Mu Chiol was shocked to hear this. He quickly called out to the boy. Mu Jin told Hien that he did not listen when the elders asked him to stay put. He asked him if he remembers what happened. He asked him if he killed anyone from the Black Knight Palace. He asked him if he saved the elders and the others. He told him that he only managed to burden the elders. Hien smiled when he heard this. The boy reminded him that other disciples also copied him and rushed to fight. He said that many people would have died if the first-generation disciples hadn't risked their lives to protect them. Hien told the boy that he is right. He told him that he agrees with him. Mu Jin grit his teeth when he heard this. Our boy told him that he intends to take responsibility as the senior disciple. Mu Jin asked him to tell him how they are supposed to trust him. Hien told the boy that he has misunderstood something. He walked up the stairs and moved close to him. Mu Jin asked him to tell him what he misunderstood. With a menacing look on his face, Hien told the boy that he doesn't have to look up to him. He asked Mu Jin if he sounds like someone who is trying to convince him. He told him that he does not need his permission for the choices he makes. He asked Mu Jin to put himself together. He told him that he is notifying him and not trying to convince him. Mu Jin became nervous. He wondered if the man standing in front of him was truly the senior disciple that he knew. Hien told the boy that he will take over morning training starting tomorrow. He asked Mu Jin to come see him if he has any complaints after tomorrow's training. He asked the boy not to be too upset. Mu Jin told his senior that he seems like a completely different person. Hien told the boy that people change when they come back from the brink of death. The disciples did not understand what was happening. They wondered if their senior disciple will really take over the training. One of the disciples called out to Mu Ryan. The boy said that Mu Jin is going to allow the senior disciple to take over. The boy next to Mu Ryan told him that Mu Jin was really mad before, and now he has calmed down. He told him that he couldn't hear their conversation. Mu Ryan told his friend that Mu Jin must have backed off out of kindness. He said that he is worried because he knows the senior's skill level. His friend told him that they can do the same thing. Mu Ryan asked him about what he means. The boy suggested that they talk to Hien. At night, we see the boy and his friend walk up to our boy's door. When they knocked on the door, Hien asked them about why they came. The boys told him that they want to talk to him. They said that they have something to say to him that the others can't hear. Hien grabbed his sword. He said that he is curious to know what they want to talk about so late in the night. When Hien stepped out of the room, the boys were shocked to see him holding a wooden sword. He was not a person who would do this. Mu Ryan's friend told our boy that he wants him to take back what he said today. He told him that Mu Jin only backed off because he wanted to help him preserve his image. Hien said that this is interesting. He asked the boy if Mu Jin was the one who sent them. The boy told him that they came on their own will. Our boy told him that he has no say on the matter. He asked him to go back. He told him that he will pretend that he didn't hear what he said. The boy called out to Hien. He begged him to consider their perspective. He told him that they are not doing this because they don't like him. He said that they simply want to be taught by someone who is actually skilled. He asked our boy to take a look at himself. He told him that his skills are subpar. He told him that he is being greedy. The boy next to him told Hien that they won't accept a leader who is beneath them. With a terrifying tone in his voice, Hien said that the Mount Hwa's hierarchy has degraded. He told the boys that he understands what they mean. He told them that he will prove his skills to them since they doubt him. He asked them to wield their swords. The other boy asked Hien if he is serious. Our boy told them that he is. Mu Ryan's friend drew out his sword and charged at him. He asked him not to regret it later on. Our boy easily knocked the boy's sword out of his hand and used his sword hilt to hit his neck. The boy fell to the ground and struggled to catch his breath. His friend also charged at Hien. With a single swing of his sword, he knocked the boy's sword out of his hand and sent him flying. Mu Ryan's friend told our boy that they lost. Hien asked him not to state the obvious. He grabbed the boy's clothes and told him that it is time for the two of them to be taught a lesson. The boy was shocked to hear this. He realized that he messed up. After beating them up, Hien asked them if he has satisfied their requirements. The boys told him that he has. He asked the boys to remind him about what he said he will do if other disciples try to gang up on him again. The boys said that he told them that they will also receive a beating alongside those disciples. Hien asked Mu Ryan's friend if he is weaker than Mu Jin. The boy told him that he is much stronger than Mu Jin. He asked the other boy if he still believes that he is weaker than other disciples. The The boy told him that he does not. Hien told the boys that he will forget what happened today. He said that everyone makes mistakes. He asked the boys to go back and rest. He told them that the morning training will soon begin. The idiots bowed their heads and thanked him for his mercy. They held on to each other and slowly walked down the stairs. After the boys left, Hien asked someone who was watching about how long he plans to continue hiding. He asked the person to come out. The person came out. He asked Hien if he knew he was there. The person turned out to be Mu Chiol. Our boy told him that it is impossible for him not to know that someone of his size was hiding. He asked the boy about why he was hiding. Mu Chiol explained to him that he saw Mu San and Mu Ho coming to his place. Hien wondered about who Mu San and Mu Ho were. Mu Chiol said that he followed them just in case they wanted to try something. He told Hien that he did not expect him to win against them. Our boy realized that Mu Chiol was referring to the boys. Mu Chiol asked Hien if he has been hiding his true skills all this time. From what Hien observed, the second-generation disciples fall into two categories. There are those who maintain their distance from Mu Wai while showing him the respect that he deserves, and there are those who discreetly look down on him and speak poorly about him. However, Mu Chiol did not belong to any of these categories. He has actually helped Mu Wai a lot. Although he has a rather blunt and indifferent personality, Hien wondered about why the boy helps Mu Wai. He believed that Mu Wai did not understand the reason because he was young when he was in his body. Hien knew that there was a simple reason why the boy behaved like this. The reason Mu Chiol is willing to help Mu Wai is because Mu Wai is weak to the point where he actually needs help. Mu Chiol was worried that Hien might get injured by Mu San and Mu Ho, so he followed them there to make sure that our boy will be alright. Hien realized that Mu Chiol has always protected Mu Wai all this time. He knew that he had to make a somewhat believable excuse. He told Mu Chiol that he wasn't hiding his strength. He said that he simply reached a new realm of understanding. Mu Chiol was surprised to hear this. Hien told the boy that he will talk about what he has learned during the morning training. He told him that it is late. He asked him to go back. Mu Chiol accepted his order. He watched Hien as he walked towards his door. He was certain that the technique our boy used was the six-fold combo sword technique, which is a beginner-level technique. However, the technique was executed in the most beautiful manner that the boy has ever seen. He wondered about where Hien learned it from. He always thought that our boy was extremely weak, but now he has changed. Mu Chiol looked forward to morning training. Although he lied about reaching a new realm, Hien began to wonder about how he was going to explain it. The scene shifts, and we are taken to the disciples' hostel. The boys told Mu Ryan that they were beaten by their senior. They said that he is not the senior disciple that they knew. They told him that he was a completely different person. Mu Ryan's friend told him that they cannot act rashly. He told him that they almost died. Mu Ryan stood up. He asked the boys to stop spouting nonsense. He asked them to go get ready for morning training. The two boys stood up and supported each other. The other boy told his friend that he hopes that Mu Ryan doesn't try anything against our boy. Mu Ryan's friend told him that he hopes Mu Ryan is beaten to a pulp. Mu Jin saw the boys injured. He asked Mu Ryan if something is wrong. He told him that Mu San and Mu Ho look terrible. The boy said that it is nothing much. He explained to him that the boys didn't like the fact that the senior disciple will be leading morning training sessions. He told Mu Jin about everything that happened. Mu Jin said that he will scold the boys later. Mu Ryan was shocked to hear this. He asked his friend for his reason. Mu Jin said that our boy can only stand up for himself now. He told him that the senior disciple will back off once he realizes that he is not fit for the position. He told his friend that there is no point in doing stuff like this behind his back. He said that he is ashamed. Mu Ryan told him that they were just worried. Mu Jin asked him to stop talking. He told him that he knows what they are worried about. He told him that he will take care of the matter himself. He asked him not to concern himself with it. The next day, everyone came to the training ground. Our boy was at the top of the stairs. He told them that he has a few things to say before they begin. Mu Jin wondered about how someone can change so much overnight. He took a look at Mu San's body. He wondered if our boy has been hiding his skills. He did not expect him to be able to injure Mu San and Mu Ho to this extent. He wondered if Mu Chiol was the one who helped him. He decided to be patient. He was certain that he will soon get the truth. He believed that he will be able to tell whether Hien was bluffing or not depending on how the training goes. Mu Jin told the disciples that they are all weak. He said that there are many reasons why a person is strong, but there is only one reason for weakness, and this is the basics. Our boy revealed to them that they will only practice the sixfold combo during morning training from now on. The disciples were shocked to hear this. Hien told them that he understands that they want to get through the basics and move on to higher level techniques. Someone asked him if there is something wrong with this. Hien stopped talking when he heard this. The other disciples quickly turned around. The person who spoke turned out to be Mu Ryan. The boy asked Hien if there is something wrong with wanting to learn things faster. The boy believed that he should challenge Hien since his fellow disciples did not have the courage to do it. Mu San and Mu Ho were shocked to see what their friend was doing after they warned him. Hien could not believe that this is a renowned sect. He asked Mu Ryan to come up if he has any complaints. As Mu Jin watched his friend climb the stairs, he wondered about what he was thinking. The idiot smiled confidently as he walked up the stairs. He told Hien that he understands what he is saying. He said that he doesn't think it is a good idea to live the training under his leadership, especially if mastering the sixfold combo sword technique is as important as he said. He told our boy that everyone already knows the level of his martial arts. Hien said that everyone knows that his martial arts is terrible. He told the boy that he must have thought that he should be the one to prove that his martial arts is terrible since no one wanted to do anything. He asked Mu Ryan if this is what he is trying to say. Our boy told him that it is fine. He said that he wasn't expecting everyone to just accept him from the beginning. Hien turned to the disciples. He announced that he will not take a single step from where he is standing. He said that he will block Mu Ryan using the sixfold combo sword technique. The disciples were shocked to hear this. Our boy told them that Mu Ryan will win if he takes a step or if Mu Ryan's sword manages to touch him. He said that he will take back what he said about teaching the sixfold combo sword technique, and he will stop leading the morning training if Mu Ryan wins. Mu Ryan told his senior disciple that he is too full of himself just because he beat Mu San. Hien told the boy that he doesn't know what he is talking about. He said that Mu San and Mu Ho must have sustained some serious injuries somehow. Mu Ryan asked Hien not to hate him too much even if he loses in front of all these disciples. Our boy told him that he won't. He advised the idiot not to cross the line. Mu Ryan charged at Hien. He attacked him at a decent speed. Our boy easily blocked his attack. The boy tried to attack him in different places, but Hien easily blocked the attacks. The disciples were shocked to see this. Mu Ryan increased his speed and attacked faster, but Hien was still able to block the attacks. He changed his stance and increased his speed again. The other disciples were shocked to see him using the concentrated wind sword. It is a technique known for its speed. It is a technique that Mu Ryan can use best out of all the second-generation disciples. Mu Chiol noticed that Mu Ryan has gotten faster since the last time he saw him use the technique. Despite the fact that he has gotten faster, Hien was blocking the technique with ease. Our boy told Mu Ryan that he needs to use more strength in his shoulders when dealing with him compared to the other second-generation disciples. He told the idiot that he is less terrible than the others. He asked him if he has anything better. Mu Ryan grit his teeth out of anger. Although he was frustrated, he didn't actually have anything better than this. He wondered about what he should do. The other disciples wondered if this is really the senior disciple that they know. They noticed that his leg hasn't moved at all and his balance hasn't shaken at all. Mu Jin could not believe what he was seeing. Mu Ryan realized that it is already over for him. He did not know how he was going to recover from this. He showed everyone Hien's skills, but not in the way he wanted. He wondered about how his senior managed to improve this much. Our boy told him that he is not strong. He explained to him that a sword should not be swung with two arms. Instead, it should be swung with the entire body. Due to this, the most important thing when it comes to swinging a sword is the feet. Hien told the boy that if he overlooks the fact that he has to utilize his feet because he is too focused on swinging and stabbing, his sword will become useless. He explained to Mu Ryan that he is not fully healed yet, and he was still able to block all his attacks. He told the boy that this is how useless his technique is. He told him that he is not just talking to him. He asked the boy if he now understands why they need to start from the basics. Mu Ryan was surprised to hear this. Hien noticed that the boy was just staring. He assumed that the boy did not understand what he was saying. He raised his sword up and told him that he will show him what it means to swing a sword with his entire body. Mu Ryan was shocked to see this. He said that he didn't say anything. Unfortunately for him, Hien knocked him out before he could say anything else. The other disciples were shocked to see this. Our boy called out to Mu Ho and Mu San. He asked them to come up there and carry Mu Ryan to the Harmony Medicine Palace. The boys immediately ran up at full speed. Heian asked the other disciples to raise their swords. He told them that if they do not raise their swords, he will assume that they have complaints about his method. He said that they can come up anytime if they have any complaints. The disciples quickly raised their swords. Heian said that nobody seems to have a problem with him. He told the disciples that he will begin the morning training. He told Muchiol that he put a good amount of strength into his move, but he is too rigid. Our boy called out to someone known as Manhwa and asked the person to pay attention to their step. He told the person that their sword is shaking. The person quickly accepted his correction. Heian remembered talking to Hyunjo in the past. He told his friend that Mu-Wai is the worst disciple in the sect. He asked Hyunjo if Mu-Wai possesses a hidden talent that he can't see. He asked him about why he chose the boy as his disciple. Hyunjo told Heian that the boy is actually very normal, but he has never seen him give up on anything. Our boy asked him if he chose Mu-Wai only based on his determination. Hyunjo explained to him that the other talented disciples reach enlightenment regarding their martial arts on their own. However, this is not the case for Mu-Wai. Hyunjo told his friend that to create a martial master out of an ordinary person is the duty of a mentor and the essence of martial arts. Heian actually wanted to pick out a few talented disciples and train only them. However, he is no longer the Phantom Swordsman. He is now the senior disciple. He is now a man who leads the second-generation disciples of the Manhwa sect. He cannot leave a single person behind, and he has to stick together with them till the very end. Heian believed that this was the most fitting thing for Mu-Wai and the sect. Our boy actually never properly taught the disciples he had in his past life. Yet he suddenly has to train this guys from rock bottom. Having disciples was a lot more annoying than he anticipated. Heian hoped that Hyunjo will buy him a good drink if they ever meet again after his death. Our boy called out to Mu-Jin. He asked him if he is tired. He asked him to put more strength into his moves. While thinking, our boy thought about someone. He hoped the person was doing well. Heian was always focused on bettering himself. He never tried teaching anyone well. He wondered if the person is eating well. He was certain that the person won't lose in a fight, so he believed that he will be doing well. He hoped to see the man again someday. In the next scene, we see the second-generation disciples carrying logs of wood on their backs. Their proper training had just began. Heian knew that this training was going to be very hard because they had to start from scratch. However, he was sure that the plum flower they will blossom through this trial and hardship will possess a scent so deep and strong that no one will be able to imitate it. Our boy also had a long way to go in his training. The scene shifts and we see Heian in the Crimson Forest. It was a place that had hundreds of plum blossom trees. Heian's first step in changing the Manhwa sect was to raise his own martial realm. One of the most important things when it comes to this is a person's senses. The sharper your senses, the easier it is to notice small changes. This naturally helps in training martial arts. While trying to focus on his senses, Heian noticed something odd. He noticed it when he first opened his eyes, but he did not think much about it. Now he is certain that someone is watching him. The person didn't seem threatening. They were simply observing him. Heian wondered if it is out of curiosity. Our boy was not yet good enough to know who was watching him. Of course, this was just for now. Heian knew that he will eventually be able to find out who it is. Our boy went into a building. He saw a man known as Hyun-gak. He bowed his head and greeted him. He referred to him as senior. The man asked him about what he wants. Heian explained to him that he wants to take a look at the secret techniques. The man found it odd that Mu-Wai wanted to see the secret techniques. He decided to just allow it. He reminded him that his injuries haven't completely healed yet. He asked him not to overdo it. Hyun-gak told our boy that he heard his disciple was rude to him. Heian was surprised to hear this. He didn't know which disciple the man was talking about. He beat up 3 guys. Our boy believed that it didn't matter. He assumed that Hyun-gak must be mad that he beat up his disciple. To his surprise, the man apologized to him. He said that Mu-Sin must have done something worth getting beaten up for. He said that the boy would have faced worse consequences in his time. He apologized to Hyun-gak for not teaching him to be better. Heian did not expect it to be Mu-San. He also didn't expect the man to be understanding about it. He told Hyun-gak that he simply did what he should have done as the senior disciple. He asked him not to worry about it. The man was surprised to hear this. He quickly turned to Heian. He wondered if his ears were hearing the right thing. He could not believe that Heian said that he did it as the senior disciple. While looking at our boy, the man noticed something odd. He wondered if Mu Wai's eyes were always this sharp. Hyun wondered why Hyun Gak was staring at him. He wondered if the man changed his mind about being angry that he beat up his disciple. Hyun Gak was actually thinking about how our boy's eyes were filled with determination. He told Hyun that he did a good thing by looking after his martial brothers as the senior disciple. He apologized to him for making him wait. He told him that he can go. Hyun Gak watched him as he walked away. He did not expect our boy to be full of determination after losing his master. He said that he is very proud of our boy for picking himself up again. The scene shifts, and we see Hyun going through the books. He wondered about what he needed to do to raise his own martial arts realm. A martial arts realm has a different meaning to each person. Some believe that it is the strength of the martial arts a person possesses. However, this is wrong. Life and death in the Murim is not decided by the strength of martial arts alone. There is no person who would fight so foolishly when it means to kill or be killed in the Murim. The important things when it comes to survival in the Murim is a person's ability to utilize the martial arts they have learned, as well as quick and precise judgment and thinking, along with the capabilities to back it up. Because of this, a martial realm is not just martial arts. It is also the mastery, as well as the experience and wisdom to go with it. One must keep in mind that enlightenment is achieved through endless contemplation and reflection. This is the definition of martial realm that the best swordsman of the unorthodox faction has lived by. It is the truth that he reached after endless training and contemplating. Therefore, the first step to raising one's martial realm starts with truly understanding martial arts. This made Hyun wonder about what the martial arts of the Manhwa is. He didn't know yet. They were things that he was not permitted to read yet. The books were forbidden for disciples. They were to prevent greedy and curious disciples from foolishly trying to learn higher-level martial arts and rendering their chi paths useless. All sects restrict access to their secret techniques. The Manhwa sect is no exception. Hyun remembered that his friend once said that the Manhwa is actually looser with their secret techniques. Even though he said this, it doesn't change the fact that a renowned sect is still a renowned sect. Our boy noticed that their martial arts are very systematic, so they are not difficult to understand. The things Hyun has read about include the six-fold combo sword technique, which is the most basic sword technique. He then learned about 3 other sword techniques. He learned the concentrated wind sword, the falling blossom sword, and the thousand-cent sword. After learning the 3 principles of the sword technique, a person will reach the blossom sword secrets. Hyun remembered hearing that he must learn the plum blossom sword secrets in order to be able to learn the best martial arts technique that exists in the Manhwa sect, which is the Manhwa signature technique. These techniques are the 7 deadly plum blossom sword, the 3-edged plum blossom sword, and the lucid plum blossom sword. The driving force that made the sect become one of the 3 most renowned sects of the Murim were this sword secrets. Hyun remembered hearing that the best swordsman that came from the Manhwa sect has learned more than one of these 3 sword techniques. For the Manhwa, the 6-fold combo sword technique is the roots, the falling plum blossom sword, the concentrated wind sword, and the thousand-cent sword act as the trunk. The plum blossom sword secrets are the branches of the tree. The 3 plum blossom swords are the flowers. A martial artist who digs deep into the sword of the Manhwa sect becomes a part of the plum blossom tree. This was the summary about the martial system that Hyun was able to understand. He was only able to reach the level of the trunk. He wanted to check out the plum blossom sword secrets and more, but he needed a plum blossom sword in order to be allowed to do this. A plum blossom sword is a sword given only to those who have been acknowledged for their mastery in martial arts. It is the symbol of the Manhwa. Hyun said that he will get the sword as soon as possible. The moment he said this, someone asked him if he wishes to learn the plum blossom sword secrets. The person turns out to be the sect leader. Hyun recognized the man. He quickly stood up and greeted him. The sect leader explained to him that he came to see who was in this section because it has been a while since someone has been there so late in the night. He asked Hyun if he can join him. Our boy asked him to sit. He looked outside the window to see the moon. He did not know that it had gotten so late. He realized that Hyun Gak must have turned on the candles for him. Baekyu asked our boy if he read all these books. Hyun said that he did. The man revealed to him that he heard that he is training the second-generation disciples with the 6-fold combo sword technique. He asked Hyun if he is the one leading the morning training. Our boy said that he is. The sect leader remembered that Mu Wai has always hesitated to answer his questions in the past. Even when they were simple questions, Heian realized that Baekyu simply wants to check on Mu Wai. He wanted to see if Mu Wai is alright, whether he has really gotten over his master's death. He wanted to confirm if the boy was not pretending to be alright and overworking himself in the process. He wanted to see how Mu Wai was faring. Heian reminded the sect leader that the six-fold combo sword technique is the foundation of the sect. Baekyu agreed with him. Our boy revealed to him that the second-generation disciples have started on the wrong foot. Baekyu was surprised to hear this. Heian told him that it is as if they have not begun to train. He was certain that the leader of the sect would know how terrible the second-generation disciples are. He believed that if he told Baekyu what he has always thought, he would feel reassured that they think the same way on the issue. Baekyu actually believed that our boy was in a much worse state than he thought. He wondered if this was the same Mu Wai that he knows. Mu Wai was always an innocent child who could never say anything negative about anyone. He wondered about how the boy became like this. He wondered if it was because of the Black Knight Palace invasion or if the boy was resentful and upset that he was the only one who survived. He wondered if Mu Wai was punishing himself to try and make up for the death of his master, the elders, and the first-generation disciples. Baekyu believed that he needed to tell our boy that it is not his fault. Heian told the man that everyone knows. Baekyu was surprised to hear this. He asked him about what he is talking about. Heian explained to him that all the second-generation disciples already know the six-fold combo sword technique well. This is because it is the first thing they learn after joining the Manhwa sect. He told the sect leader that if he compares when they were first learning the technique to their current state, their technique has gotten worse. Baekyu did not understand this. He found it odd that their techniques have gotten worse even though they have been honing it for a long time. He asked Heian for the reason why this happened. Heian explained to him that the sect and the clans in the Murim have different ideologies and views. Naturally, these views and ideologies are melded with their martial arts. A sect or a clan's martial school is an expression of that organization's ideologies through martial arts. The Wudong sect's Taiji Fist and their Taiji Enlightened Sword Arts. The Diansong sect's Sun-Shattering Sword Technique and their Silver Moon Splitting Ray Blade, and the Qingqing sect's Azure Cloud Crimson Dawn Slash, and their Four Heavens Ray Sword are examples of this. Therefore, to learn a school of martial arts is not just to train the body, but to explore and understand the ideology of that sect or clan. Baekyu noticed that Heian was calmly explaining. For some reason, our boy was reminding him of Hyunjo. Heian explained to him that the second-generation disciples are only focused on blossoming the plum flower. He said that this is not actually wrong, but it is not wise either. The sect leader asked him about what he proposes that they do. Heian said that he needs to help them realize that learning the signature technique of the sect is not the point of a martial school. He said that training endlessly to explore and understand the ideology and applying it to daily life is the essence of a martial school. Heian said that the plum blossom flower isn't the end of it all. The moment he said this, Baekyu saw him as Hyunjo. He was surprised to see this. Despite the fact that Heian was nothing like Hyunjo, Baekyu wondered if the reason he got the same vibe from our boy was because he shines like Hyunjo did in the past. He wondered if he was the only one who could see Heian's talent. He told our boy that one should not train to blossom the plum flower. Instead, the blossoming of the plum flower should come naturally while training. Baekyu told Heian that he thinks quite deeply for his age. He commended him for making a great observation. He asked our boy about what he will do now. Heian explained to him that he intends to guide them on their six-fold combo sword technique. Baekyu said that this is not what he is talking about. He said that he knows he will do well in training the disciples. He asked Heian to tell him about the path he will follow. Heian did not expect this question. Having studied the martial arts of the sect, our boy realized that they are all great. However, as someone who prioritizes efficiency for his survival, Heian found some things to be disappointing. While reading, our boy wondered why no one used a heavier sword for certain martial arts, or why no one practiced another technique with just their fist instead of a sword. He contemplated about a lot of things. He wondered if some things went against their principle, if they could use a heavier sword like a great sword. He wondered if the path he will walk might stray from what the Manhwa sect pursues. Heian did not know if he was on the right path. This was not a light issue. It made him think about a lot of things. He realized that his path might not go with the principles of the sect. He hoped that his friend would not be too upset with him. Heian told the sect leader that he intends to do the things that his master wanted to do and fill his empty position. Our boy planned on just doing whatever he wanted. He told Baekyu that to continue on the path that one's master walked, and to surpass them, is the duty of the disciples. The sect leader was surprised to hear this. He now understood why he kept seeing Hyunjo in our boy. It was not just because of his talent, but because he intends to continue Hyunjo's will. He knew that it will be difficult for our boy to create a new martial arts technique like his master wanted. Baekyu began to laugh. He told Heian that he is very proud of him. He said that Hyunjo would also be happy with this. Our boy thanked him for his compliment. Baekyu's worries magically disappeared when he saw the disciple that he worries most about show him such a trustworthy side of himself. He was happy to see that there was determination in our boy's eyes. He looked outside the window and said that this is the fragrance of plum blossom amidst the snow. According to the sect leader, the snow of the winter is cold, but the scent of the plum flowers that endure this harsh cold shall be more intense. Baekyu believed that he was unable to protect the plum flowers that blossomed in the sect. He believed that he was the one who was supposed to die instead of Hyunjo. He said that the plum flowers may have fallen, but there is a small flower bud beside the fallen flowers. He told himself that his duty now is to blossom this bud. He told Heian that there are many flowers other than the plum flowers in the sect. He asked our boy if he knows why they chose the plum flower. Heian was surprised to hear this question. He told Baekyu that he doesn't know why. The sect leader told him that he will learn a lot if he mulls it over. He stood up and told Heian that he wants to talk more, but he has already taken out of his time. When he stepped out of the building, Baekyu turned around. He told our boy that he forgot to tell him something. He revealed to him that he also lost his master. He told Heian that he does not actually fully understand his sadness. He knew that every person feels emotions differently. He said that life and death are one. This means that the end is a new beginning. It is a natural flow. He advised Heian not to think of Hyunjo's death as the end. He asked him to consider it a new beginning. He asked him to think of what he is doing as a way to celebrate Hyunjo's life. He said that this will help with the grief. He told him that Hyunjo would have also wanted this. Heian realized that it is not a bad thing to say that he is celebrating his friend's life. He thanked the sect leader for his wisdom. Baekyu smiled and walked forward. The scene shifts, and we are taken to the past. We see someone refer to Heian as his junior. The man told him that he heard he is skilled with the sword. He told our boy that he looks so fragile. Heian asked the man if he wants to die. The man told him that he is arrogant and rash. He said that these two qualities are perfect when it comes to growing muscles. He said that he came up with a new way to train. He asked our boy if he wants to try it out. The scene shifts, and we are taken back to the present. We see Heian doing pull-ups on a tree. He had some logs of wood tied to his legs. The less trained a person is, the more effective this training method is. Heian did not expect his connection to the crazy old man known as Iron Mountain Fist King to be helpful one day. It was a rather brute way of training, but it definitely works. He knew that he would see the effects soon if he keeps at it. While he was training, a disciple ran to meet him. She called out to him. She told him that this isn't the time to be training. She said that it is finally time. Heian asked her about what it is time for. With a smile on her face, the girl revealed to him that the sect leader asked him to make a trip down the mountain. In the next scene, we are taken some days back. We see the elders and the sect leader having a meeting in a building that was partially destroyed. Someone brought up an issue concerning the third-generation disciples. The elders said that they are already very late. He said that they need to prepare right away. Baekyu said that they should have already taken in third-generation disciples by now, but they couldn't do anything because of the Shanxi massacre. An elder suggested that they take in disciples from the outer sects so that they can show them that they are doing well. Baekyu agreed with the man. Another elder said that they need to send a disciple to check in on the Shanxi outer sect. He said that the Unorthodox Alliance or another evil organization is probably trying to fill the power vacuum that was left in Shanxi. The sect leader realized that they could not push this issue any longer. Outer sects are martial halls that were set up outside of the Manhwa to teach the martial arts of the sect. The influence and power of an outer sect comes from the main sect's fame and martial prowess. Because their forces were weakened by the Shanxi massacre, the other sects were feeling anxious. The Shanxi outer sect was the one that took the biggest hit. Baekyu knew that he will reassure the outer sects if he sends in a disciple to check on them and see what they need. He knew that they could not brush this matter off anymore. He suggested that they send down a second-generation disciple. He said that it is about time they experienced the Murim. One of the elder agreed with him. Baek-san said that he is worried. He told the sect leader that it's still messy right now. He suggested that they pick a few of the most talented disciples. An elder asked him if he is referring to the 3 flowers. Baekyu said that they should send Hien. The man agreed with him. Immediately he agreed with him. He realized that the sect leader was talking about Hien. The other elders were also shocked to hear what Baekyu said. They all remembered how our boy was covered in bandages. Baek-san said that he is a bit worried about our boy. The sect leader told him that Hien has changed a lot in the past month. He assured the elders that our boy will be fine. In the next scene, we are taken to Pasang City. We see Hien, Mu Cheol, Mu Jin, and another disciple in the city. Hien was happy to be outside. Although it was a small town with nothing really noteworthy, our boy was still relieved that they sell drinks. While he was looking around, the girl asked him to look at something. She showed Hien a chicken. She said that she never knew that chicken could look so tasty. She said that it looks different than the wet chicken they eat. She looked around and said that she can smell more good food. Mu Jin called out to the girl known as Mu Hua. He asked her not to forget that she is wearing the Manhwa uniform. The girl was not listening to him. She was very focused on the different dishes around them. While they were walking, Mu Hua asked them to take a look at another food. She asked Mu Jin to tell her how he does not like good food. The moment she said this, someone walked past her and hit her on the shoulder. Mu Hua turned around and glared at the man. The man and his gang stopped moving. Mu Jin wanted to tell the girl to apologize, but Hien signaled him to stop. The man noticed the 2 plum flowers on her clothes. He realized that she is a second-generation disciple of the Mount Hua. He asked her if this is her first time in the Jianghu. He asked her if the Mount Hua sect did not teach her how to ask for forgiveness. Mu Hua was annoyed to hear this. The man told her that she bumped into him first. He asked her to apologize. The girl told him that he actually bumped into her. The man told her that she wasn't watching where she was walking. Due to their clothing, Hien was able to tell that the man and his gang belonged to a criminal organization. He could tell that they took over the power vacuum left by the Shangxi outer sect, but he did not expect them to pick a fight with him. Even though they took a hit from the Shangxi massacre, it wasn't so bad that some lowlifes could look down on them. Our boy realized that someone more influential was backing them up. He didn't actually care about who was backing them. He wanted the kids to experience this. They needed to learn how to deal with people like this. While he was thinking, our boy noticed that one of the man's friends was staring at Mu Hua's boobs. He pointed a sword at the man's eye. He asked him to tell him what he is looking at. The man became scared. Hien revealed to him that he knew that he was the one who bumped into her from the beginning. He explained to him that he was waiting to see how he will act, because he was looking down on them, because he knew that this was their first time in the Jianghu. He told the man that he has crossed the line. He told him that he has started a fight with the Mount Hua sect. He said that he wants to see what the Jianghu underworld thinks of their sect. The other man became scared. He did not expect our boy to know that they are from the underworld. He knew that he had to do something about it. He quickly apologized to Hien. Our boy told him that he doesn't accept apologies from trash like him. He asked him to shut up if he doesn't want his friend to lose an eye. He asked them to get out of his sight. The man realized that our boy was serious about stabbing him. He could tell from the look in his eyes. He and his friends quickly ran away. Mu Hua apologized to her senior disciple. Hien asked her not to apologize. He told her that the man was the one who was wrong. Mu Cheol said that the people from the underworld are much worse than they expected. Hien told them that they need to first find an inn and get something to eat. Mu Hua was very happy to hear this. She asked Hien if she can choose what they eat. Our boy told her that she can. Mu Jin realized that the men were the first to pick a fight, but he wanted to tell Mu Hua to apologize without even knowing this. He was only focused on being careful with how they behave because they are representing the sect right now. He didn't think about giving a proper warning to the ones who looked down on the sect. He realized that our boy was aware of his surroundings at all times for him to know what happened. He noticed that Hien reacted as if he was used to this kind of things. He assumed that our boy was actually hiding his worries so that they can depend on him. He believed that Hien was pretending to be used to this kind of situations. This was the only reasonable conclusion he could come up with since our boy has never come here ever since he joined the sect. Hien was actually wondering if he should have just stabbed the man. He was regretting it now. Mu Jin promised to try harder. He said that something like this will never happen again. He said that no one will ever look down upon them again. The scene shifts, and we see the group in a restaurant. Hien ordered for noodles, stir-fry vegetables, and dompa pork. Mu Jin stared at Hien intensely as he ordered. Manhwa and Mu Chiol did not understand why he was doing this. Even the attendant felt uncomfortable. They ate a large amount of food. Mu Jin ate the smallest amount out of everyone, and he still ate 4 servings of noodles. Hien told Mu Chiol that he ate less than usual. He asked him if he is being lazy with his training. The boy told Hien that he simply ate more than them. Manhwa asked the group about what they are going to do. She said that it would have been easier if the sect leader had just told them their mission. Instead, he was very vague with it. The girl said that she doesn't know what they should do. Hien asked her if anything noteworthy happened today. The girl said that some people picked a fight with them. She realized that our boy was referring to the underworld. Hien reminded them that the sect leader gave them his full trust to make their own decision. He said that he is thinking of killing the people from the underworld. He quickly changed his words and said that he is thinking about teaching the bastards from the underworld a lesson. The group became worried when they heard him change his words. Hien asked them about what they want to do. Manhwa said that it won't be a problem for them to look into things. Our boy asked Mu Jin about what he will do. The boy suggested that they gather some information on them first before they decide on what to do. Manhwa agreed with him. Mu Chiol said that gathering information is good. Since they all agreed, Hien ordered them to collect all the information they can get on the underworld until tomorrow evening. The scene shifts, and we see Hien on top of a roof. He wore a hood and used it to cover his face. He looked down at some men harassing a lady. One of the men stretched out his hand and told the lady that they are the nice thugs who accept little money. Underworlders is a term used to refer to those who commit immoral acts with incorrect beliefs. Although the term itself may seem to refer to demonic forces like the Black Knight Palace, their biggest difference is their goals. The Underworlders seek money, pleasure, or just cheap thrill of dominion from bothering the weak. The woman began to shake. Another man corrected his friend. He told him that his calculations are a bit off. He said that the interest rate has gone up recently. He said that he forgot about it. The woman was shocked to hear this. While staring at her boobs, the bald man said that they need to collect their money. He told her that she can pay him with something else since it is his fault. In a way, organizations that commit murder can also be considered as underworlders since they kill anyone as long as they are paid. However, these people are just called assassins. To the average person, underworlders refers to the thugs and ruffians who enjoy their cheap and dirty lives. They can never become anything more than thugs. Hien came down from the roof and walked up to the men. He told them that he doesn't know if they are arrogant or ignorant. He said that he cannot understand them. The men were surprised to see him. The other man said that he asked someone called Yungbong to be on the lookout for them. He wondered about where the person went. He believed that the man got tired of waiting and left like a bum. Hien had actually knocked him out. Hien asked the men to tell him who they believe in to be acting like this. He asked them if there is someone backing them. The men did not know what he was talking about. The bald man asked him if he wants to fight. He asked him to get lost if he doesn't want to die. Our boy realized that he had to look into things by himself. He came to meet the members for a different reason. The other man asked Hien to leave. He asked him to stop mumbling nonsense. He asked Hien to get lost again. The moment he said this, Hien appeared in front of him and used his knee to kick his face in. The man was sent flying. The bald man was shocked to see this. He asked our boy about what he is doing. Before the other man could get up, Hien moved close to him and gave him a heavy kick that knocked him out. The bald man was shocked to see this. He let go of the lady. She quickly ran once she saw her opportunity. Hien referred to the bald man as Pig. The man quickly answered him. Our boy noticed that he had learned some third-rate martial arts. He asked him to come at him with some killing intent. He told him that he will let him live if he does this. He asked him to also hand over the wallet in his hand. In the next scene, we see a man peeing. His friend asked him if he will piss all day. The man asked him to stop nagging him. His friend told him that he will be sober by the time he is done. The man stopped peeing and walked back to his friends. At the top of the tree where the man peed, the two thugs were tied to the branches. The man asked his friend to tell him why he is in a hurry. His friend revealed to him that he saw something interesting. He told him that he wants to show him too. He told the man that someone just ordered an incredible amount of food. It was around 3 bundles worth of food. The man asked his friend about where the person went to in that short period of time. The scene shifts, and we see the other disciples making inquiries and following the underworlders around. They even listened to their conversations. In the next scene, we are taken to another part of town. Some of the people in the town caught the smell of pork belly and spring rolls. One of the men said that he doesn't know where this person came from. He said that the person must be out of his mind to bring food in front of them. The people in the town couldn't contain their hunger. They all rushed to take the man's food. They wanted to see what was in the bundles. The person drew his sword and pointed it at them. The other men quickly stepped back. Hien told them that he is not there to share. He told them that he will cut off their heads if they lay a hand on the food. Someone told Hien that he is impressive. The person bowed his head and apologized to him. He introduced himself as So Jingi of the beggar sect. He apologized on behalf of the beggars. Hien put his sword away and introduced himself to them as a disciple of the Manhwa sect. Jingi told him that the beggar sect considers what happened to the Manhwa sword saint as a shame. He said that their sect leader found it deeply regrettable that he wasn't able to help during the Shangxi massacre. Hien told him that it is fine. He said that the situation would have been difficult for the sect leader to interfere because of the extreme heavenly sect. Jingi told him that he is well informed. He asked our boy about why he came to the beggar sect. Hien revealed to him that he wants to get some information regarding the underworlders who currently control Pasang. He told the man that the food won't taste good once it is cold. He told him that they can talk while eating. Jingi called him an interesting man. While they were eating, Jingi revealed to Hien that the underworlders are from the brutal blood faction. They took over the empty space left behind by the Hua Ryu sect, which is an outer sect of the Manhwa sect. The sect got annihilated during the Shangxi massacre. Hien told the man that these men are very strong for underworlders. Jingi agreed with him. He explained to him that everyone in the brutal blood faction is knowledgeable about martial arts. Hien told him that he dealt with a few of them. He told him that he is aware of this. He said that the men have learned some third-rate martial arts. He told Jingi that he has not talked about what is actually important. Jingi stopped eating and asked Hien about what he is talking about. Our boy revealed to him that he is talking about the person behind the brutal blood faction. Jingi asked Hien to tell him why he suspects that there is a mastermind behind the faction. Our boy explained to him that Pasang is not a very big area, but it is not a small one either. The Hua Ryu sect is pretty big for a mid-sized sect. Pasang is pretty big among smaller places, and yet a mere underworld organization managed to monopolize it. Going after power is an obvious action for those interested in the power vacuum, and Pasang isn't small enough for a single underworld organization to take complete control over. It would make more sense for dozens of underworld organizations to split control over parts of Pasang and compete against each other. Jingi told our boy that he is very discerning. He said that he finds it hard to believe that he is just a mere rising prospect who is new to the Jianghu. He explained to Hien that he didn't avoid the topic because he was trying to hide it. He said that he simply wasn't sure yet. Hien assured him that it is fine. He asked him to speak. The man asked him not to be surprised. He revealed to our boy that there is a martial artist that is often in contact with the brutal blood faction. He said that the martial artist is from the Nine Hells Sword sect. Hien did not expect this. The Nine Hells Sword sect is one of Shangxi's big 3 sects. It is next to 2 of the 10 largest sects. Yet the Nine Hells Sword sect has never cared about the Manhwa or the Zhongnan sect. Due to this, they not only have a strong nonchalant disposition, but they are also much bigger than the Manhwa sect in terms of scale. Hien found something strange about the sect. If they were the one responsible for this, they could have just flaunted their ambition. He wondered if the sect has the ability and time to focus on a place like this. Jingi said that he is not certain if the Nine Hells Sword sect is the mastermind. This is because they wouldn't care about how it looks. They will blatantly cause a ruckus. Hien told the man that the Nine Hells Sword sect wouldn't intervene here. Jingi told him that he is well informed. Our boy told him that he is curious about the identity of the martial artist. Jingi told him that he suspects the Red Wolf sword from the Nine Hells Sword sect. Hien was surprised to hear this. He asked the man if he is certain. Jingi said that he is. He believed that Hien knew him because of his reaction. He said that it would be stranger if our boy had not heard of him. Jingi advised Hien to be careful with his plans. Our boy thought about the name of the martial artist. He realized that he has never heard of anyone called the Red Wolf sword. In the next scene, we see Hien looking outside his window in his room. He could not believe that he was unable to get any information about the Red Wolf sword. He remembered how Jingi offered him a drink. Our boy believed that it was just tea. He assured the man that it is fine. He told Jingi that someone might mistake the tea for alcohol. Jingi laughed and told Hien that he was actually mistaken. Hien wanted to play along with the man. He was certain that he will be able to get some information about the Red Wolf sword if he does this. His plan was to take a little bit of alcohol until he gets the information he needs. However, our boy did not consider an important factor. He forgot that wine tasted way too good. Jingi asked him if he likes it. Hien said that it has been a long time since he had a drink. Jingi was surprised to hear this. He reminded our boy that this is his first outing in the Jianghu. After hearing this, Hien kept drinking. He did not expect the drink to be so good. He was only able to stop after the beggars got knocked out. Our boy believed that he will be fine even if he didn't get the information he wanted. He already had some assumptions. He already knew how he was going to act, but he did not know what the junior disciples will do. He closed his window and looked at the bottles on the ground. He told himself that he still has some time left. He said that he will enjoy the leftover wine. At night, we see the junior disciples in our boy's room. Manhwa and Muchiol noticed that they could smell alcohol. Hien had pushed the bottles under the bed. Manhwa saw the bottles. Our boy asked the disciples to tell him what they learned. Manhwa asked him if he was drinking while they were gathering information. With a serious look on his face, Hien said that he wasn't. The girl asked him if he is certain. Hien told her that he won't repeat himself. He asked her to tell him what she learned. Mujin revealed to him that the Underworlders have taken over the power vacuum left behind by their sect's outer sect. He said that they now have control over Pasang. Manhwa told Hien that the Underworlders are dirty, evil bastards who are always dining and dashing. They steal money from civilians and resort to violence whenever the civilians don't cooperate. Manhwa said that it is not uncommon for them to beat a person to death. Muchiol said that the biggest problem is that they have learned martial arts. Although it is a third-rate martial arts, it is still very dangerous when used against people who haven't learned any martial arts. Hien commended them on gathering this amount of information with the little time they had. He told them that he will now tell them what he learned. He told them that all they said was true. He said that there is something they need to be skeptical about. He asked his juniors about how the Underworlders learn martial arts. He said that it is actually not hard to learn a third-rate martial arts. It is also easy to acquire books of this level. However, the Underworlders are the type of people who would never touch a book on any given day. Some of these idiots are so far gone that they would use the books as fuel for a fire. Hien said that it doesn't make sense for all of them to learn a third-rate martial arts through a book. He said that someone must have helped them. He revealed to them that he looked into who it might have been and why they did it. He said that he found out who it was, but he wasn't unable to uncover the reason. The disciples were surprised to hear this. Mujin asked him about who the person is. Our boy revealed to them that it is the Red Wolf sword from the Nine Hell Sword sect. The disciples were shocked to hear this. Mujin could not believe that they were not dealing with some lowly criminals. Hien said that he wanted to ambush them and wipe them out. He asked them about what they think. Mujin could not believe that Hien was actually thinking of doing something. He feared the power of the Nine Hell Sword sect. Muchiol said that he doesn't know the reason why the Nine Hell Sword sect is working with a criminal group. He said that this is a decision that they cannot make on their own. He said that it will be best if they report to the elders before doing anything. Mujin was happy to see that Muchiol was saying what he was thinking. Manhwa told our boy that she agrees with him. She said that this is injustice. She told him that they need to stand up to these criminals. Mujin was shocked to hear this. He believed that this was wrong. He believed that they needed to consider the situation they are in. Their sect was already overwhelmed with the recovery from the Shangxi massacre. It will be disastrous for them to clash with a big sect like the Nine Hell Sword sect. The boy believed that they must avoid this at all cost. He told Hien that it is too dangerous. He said that it would have been fine if it was just the Underworlders. However, it is different if the Nine Hell Sword sect is behind them. He told our boy that he is worried that they might be starting a war with them. Hien told him that he is thinking too much. He told him that he understands. He asked him not to worry because something like that won't happen. Mujin was surprised to hear this. He asked our boy about why he is so certain. Hien explained to him that this isn't how the Nine Hells Sword sect operates. He said that the Nine Hells Sword sect is a rather tyrannical organization. If they wanted to eliminate an organization, they would just start a fight. They wouldn't act behind the scenes. They would just go straight to the point. With the situation the Manhwa sect is in, the Nine Hells Sword sect could invade them and wipe them out anytime they want. Heian explained to the boy that it is more likely that the Underworlders are not really connected to the Nine Hell Sword sect. Even if they are, they won't start a war over it. He asked Mujin to follow him now that he understands. The boy was shocked to hear this. He asked Heian to wait. He asked him about where he got the information. He asked him if the person he got it from is trustworthy. Our boy revealed to him that he got it from the Beggar Sect. The Beggar Sect is an orthodox organization made of beggars. Any beggar in the Jianghu can be said to be part of this sect. When it comes to numbers, no organization in the Jianghu can match them. They use their numerical advantage to gather intelligence. They earn money and get food by trading the information they gather. One should not underestimate them because they are beggars. They have also learned martial arts, and they follow their own morals and ethics. Any information gotten from this organization is definitely trustworthy. In the next scene, we see Heian and his juniors walking towards the Underworlders building. Mujin remembered that Heian told him that he worries too much. Our boy told him that he will try to make peace before doing anything. He assured him that he won't kill them right away. The boy believed that he was overthinking things. He told himself that he needs to stop worrying since his senior disciple said that he will try to work things out first. He said that he will calm down. He believed that things will be weird if he acts too anxious. He didn't want to be a burden. When they reached the doorstep of the brutal blood faction, Heian destroyed the door with a kick. Mujin tried to still maintain a straight face. He wondered why Heian didn't just open the door. The Underworlders were shocked to see that someone broke down the gates. They asked the people about who they are. As the dust slowly went away, Heian asked the men to tell the Red Wolf Sword and their leader to come out and kneel to apologize. He drew his sword and told the men that he will spare their lives if they do this. The men saw the symbols on their clothes. They quickly realized that they were looking at disciples of the Manhwa sect. Mujin told our boy that this isn't a peaceful method. Manhwa agreed with him. Heian told them that breaking down the front gates when ambushing another sect or clan is the way to do things in the Jianghu. He asked them to remember this. The moment he said this, the leader stepped out. He asked his men about what caused the ruckus. One of the men told him that the people in front of them are from the Manhwa sect. When the leader saw the symbols on their clothes, he realized that they were really from the Manhwa sect. He noticed that there were just 4 disciples in front of them. He believed that they were quite confident just because they are from the Manhwa sect. He asked them if they want to die. He told them that they are stupid to ambush them this late. He told them that he currently has an important guest. He said that he will let this go. He asked them to screw off if they don't want to die. Heian told the man that they are the ones who are going to die. He asked the leader to watch his mouth. He told him that he doesn't like his tone. The leader was annoyed to hear this. He asked Heian if he is out of his mind. He asked him if he knows who they are involved with. He told our boy that he does not value his life. He turned to his men and ordered them to show the group how terrifying the Jianghu can be. He asked them not to kill them. The men quickly drew their swords and moved forward. Immediately they did this, Manhwa saw something behind them. She saw 2 bodies on the ground. The girl was annoyed to see this. She quickly ran to the bodies. She wanted to check their condition. It was a man and a woman. The both of them were heavily injured and covered in blood. The man was already unconscious, but the woman was still hanging on. She was breathing heavily. Mujin and Muchiol quickly ran to Manhwa. Mujin asked her to look up. 2 men were about to attack her. Manhwa grit her teeth out of anger. She used a technique known as bamboo leaf hand to send them flying. The men fell to the ground. Muchiol and Mujin quickly covered the girl. Mujin told her that she can't just run off like that. Manhwa told him that the people on the ground are not in a good condition. She said that they need to take them to a physician. One of the men on the ground stood up and asked her to tell him who gave her the permission to take them. He told his comrades that they are actually weak even though they are from the Manhwa. He said that they can win against them if they fight together. Heian realized that Manhwa hit them with less power than usual. He could tell that she controlled herself like she always does during training. He believed that the girl was too soft. He asked Manhwa if her sword is for decoration. He asked her about why she is hesitating when these bastards are trying to kill her. He asked her to just stab them. The leader noticed that our boy did not move at all when the others ran to help. Just by looking at Heian's face, he could tell that our boy was sick and tired of this whole thing. He believed that Heian must be confident in his skills. He decided not to fight him. He chose to help his men kill the other disciples and join hands to kill our boy later. Heian was surprised to see that the leader actually ran to help his men. He didn't know why he was doing this when he was right in front of him. Fortunately, This was the situation that he wanted. This was the second-generation disciples' first time in the Jianghu. It is their first time out in the Jianghu after joining the Manhwa sect. Thanks to this, they don't know anything. These underworlders are bastards who throw dirt and even spit at their opponents. Heian knew that the disciples will find it difficult to fight opponents who are actually doing whatever it takes to kill them. It is different from the incident with the Black Knight Palace where the first-generation disciples were there to protect them. This time, there is no one protecting them, nor is there anyone to fight these guys for them. They will die if they don't take their opponents seriously. Heian wanted them to learn that life and death in the Jianghu is not decided purely by their martial arts realm. The situation was incomparable to training in the mountains where they simply take turns in attacking each other. Our boy was certain that they will learn well. However, things were different for one disciple. Muchiol was not struggling much. While he was holding a man's head, another man charged at him. Muchiol dropped the man he was holding. He stopped the other man's hand before his sword could reach him. He gave him a punch that knocked him out. The leader was horrified to see the look on Muchiol's face. He realized that he couldn't take on the boy. He quickly turned around and ran to Heian. He assumed that he was wrong. He believed that our boy was the easiest opponent. He said that it is common sense to get rid of the weaker ones first before working with others to take down the stronger one. Heian pounded the idiot into the ground. The men were shocked to see that their leader lost. They didn't know what to do. Our boy was stronger than they expected. A man with a cup of liquor in his hand asked them to fight the others. He announced that anyone who can kill the disciples will become the new leader. He asked them to stop being dramatic and finish their job. The men referred to him as the Red Wolf Sword. The juniors were surprised to see that this man was the Red Wolf Sword. Heian told the man that he was wondering when he would show up. The Red Wolf Sword did not expect this. He asked our boy if he knows him. He said that it is an honor that a young disciple of the Mount Huan knows him. Heian revealed to him that he just learned about him yesterday. He told him that he doesn't care about the names of weaklings. The Red Wolf Sword told our boy that a Mount Hua disciple should follow the orthodox way. He told him that he runs his mouth like some demonic martial artist. He threw his cup on the ground and told Heian that he will play with him. He jumped down from the balcony and told Heian that he is going to have to give it his all. Heian asked the man if he is strong enough to take him on. The moment he said this, he appeared behind the Red Wolf Sword. The man was shocked to see this. He did not know when Heian got behind him. Before he could do anything, our boy grabbed his head and slammed it on the ground. The Red Wolf Sword quickly stood up and jumped back to put some distance between himself and Heian. He did not expect Heian to be so fast. He wasn't just missing his movements. He didn't even see his feet move. He wondered why Heian was not using his sword. The Red Wolf Sword told himself that it is impossible for our boy to be on a higher level than him. He said that there must be something else. There was no special reason why Heian did not kill the old man. He just wanted to see his own swordsmanship. It has been a month since he opened his eyes in Mu Wai's body, and he has never missed training once. The research to combine the Mount Hua martial arts and his own martial arts was also in progress. However, there was no way to prove the results of his training and research. The junior disciples weren't strong enough to understand. The elders and the first-generation disciples didn't have time for him. This was what made the old man precious to our boy. Heian knew that the Red Wolf Sword wouldn't reach his expectation, but he will be good for something. The old man disappeared in front of Heian and appeared in the air. He tried to strike our boy from above. Heian easily dodged his attack by moving back. The man turned and swung his sword at our boy. Heian went down to dodge the attack. While he was below him, he hit him with the bamboo leaf hand to push him back. Our boy did not give him the chance to regain his balance. He closed in on him and attacked him with his sword. The Red Wolf Sword was able to dodge it by bending his head. He could not believe that Heian was able to read his steps. He did not expect our boy to be at the level where he can read his steps with the slightest movement. He wondered if the reason he couldn't follow Heian's movement was because of the difference in their levels. The Red Wolf Sword did not want to accept this fact. He told himself that it is impossible. He told Heian that he acknowledges the fact that he is not just some talented prospect. He apologized to him for looking down on him. He took a stance and told Heian that he is going to go all out. Immediately he said this. He fired an energy attack at our boy. His attack took the shape of a huge wolf. Mu Hua and the other disciples were shocked to see this. The girl called out to her senior disciple. Heian cut the wolf down with the falling plum blossom sword. He told the man that the red bud sword technique is fierce, but it has a lot of gaps. He told him that he can tell that he hasn't learned the second half of the technique from his movements. The red wolf sword was surprised to see that Hien knew about the technique. He wanted to question him, but our boy rushed to attack him. The man was able to block the attacks. Hien moved past him. The moment he did this, the man began to bleed from his arm. The red wolf sword was certain that he blocked Hien's attacks. He believed that this was definitely the rapid sword technique. He quickly turned around to face our boy. Immediately he turned around. Hien passed by his side at a crazy speed and used his sword to attack him. Everyone was surprised to see this. Our boy left a cut on the old man's face. He cut a small portion of his hair in the process. The red wolf sword knew that Hien could have killed him if he wanted. Our boy actually shifted his sword to simply injure him. He did not understand why Hien would do this. He realized that the fight has been like this from the beginning. Hien didn't use his sword, but he stayed behind him. He did not know why Hien was going easy on him. He believed that the reason didn't matter. He was actually more curious about how Hien was so strong. It didn't make sense because Hien is so young. He grit his teeth out of anger. He wondered if this is another talented bastard. He said that Hien is similar to someone. He did not understand how our boy was better than him when he has lived twice as long as he has. He asked our boy not to look down on him. He said that he is a martial artist of the Nine Hells sect. The moment he said this, he fired 3 more wolves at Hien. With a simple swing of his sword, Hien fired his attack at the wolves. His attack tore them apart and hit the man. It left several cuts on his body. Muchiol was surprised to see this. The red wolf sword told himself that he was already training before our boy was born. He said that he kept on practicing so that he could be acknowledged for his martial arts. He could not believe that Hien destroyed the results of his efforts so easily. He used his sword to hold himself. He charged at our boy. He asked Hien to tell him why his efforts won't be acknowledged. Immediately he said this. Hien cut him down at a crazy speed. In the next scene, we see the leader pull his head out of the ground. His mouth was filled with sand. He began to cough out the sand in his mouth. The man wondered about what happened. He was certain that he charged at Hien with his sword. While he was trying to put himself together, he heard someone ask about why his effort isn't acknowledged. When the leader turned around to see who was talking, he saw Hien land a huge cut on the red wolf sword. The leader could not believe his eyes. While he was on the ground, the red wolf sword told himself that there is nothing as unfair as talent. He believed that his efforts fell victim to a young prospect's talent in order to let him shine. He assumed that Hien must have only trained for a few years at best. He said that it is a good story for a young prospect to attack a martial artist of the Nine Hells Sword sect. He told our boy that he has seen many talented and young martial artists like him. He told him that he is already used to being acknowledged by those around him. He asked our boy if it felt good to cut him. He asked him to enjoy it as much as he can because he will end up dying like him. He said that everything will be over once his sect confirms his death. He told Hien that he cannot block the Nine Hells Sword sect no matter how outstanding he is. Hien told him that he talks a lot for someone who is about to die. He kicked him and made him face him. He revealed the letters on the man's chest. Our boy told the man that he could feel a sense of inferiority from him due to how he spoke. While looking at his chest, Hien realized that he is from the Otherworld unit. A person can know which unit an individual belongs to in the Nine Hells Sword sect based on the letters on their chest. The Otherworld unit, the Hell unit, and the Despair unit are the 3 units in the Nine Hells Sword sect. They are known as the 3 axes that supports the sect. This information is what the public knows. Hien told the man that he knows that the Otherworld unit has not achieved any merits and has been completely pushed aside from succession. The real power lies within the Hell unit and the Despair unit, who are at war with the Brutal Dragon faction. Our boy found it strange that the Nine Hells Sword sect, which is at war with the Brutal Dragon faction, would suddenly have their eyes on the south of Shaanxi. After thinking about it a little, Hien realized that the mission that was given to the Otherworld unit in this war was to protect the headquarters and provide rear support. However, because the Otherworld unit wants merit, they pretended to be completing some missions on the outside. They were actually just wasting their time. The Red Wolf Sword was shocked to see that Hien was aware of what was happening. He asked him about how he knew this. Hien asked him if he thinks that the Otherworld unit will step up for him if he dies. He told him that his unit will do their best to hide his death at all costs. He reminded the Red Wolf Sword that he should be supporting the war instead of wasting his time with this nonsense. Heian told the man that this is the perfect opportunity for the Hell unit and the Despair unit to strike the Otherworld unit down. With a serious look on his face, Heian asked the idiot if the Otherworld unit will come to the Mount Hua for revenge. He asked him if the Mount Hua sect look like they are scared of the unit. He told him that they wouldn't win even if the Hell unit and the Despair unit helped them. Heian said that it was he who faced the 9 Hell Sword sect alone. The moment he heard this, the Red Wolf Sword lost consciousness and died. The leader of the Brutal Blood faction was shocked to see what happened. He quickly dug a hole in the ground and put his head back inside. He told himself that he didn't see anything. He said this to himself multiple times. While he was lying to himself, Heian pulled him out of the ground. He asked him about why he is pretending. He asked him to deal with this immediately. The man accepted his order. In the next scene, we see Heian and the other disciples in the office of the leader. The leader gathered the books containing their income for our boy. Heian saw the gambling debt income, the names of those who borrow money from them, and the accounts they borrowed from. Our boy did not expect the leader to keep a good record of the cash flow. While the leader and his subordinates were kneeling, Heian asked him if this is all. The leader said that it is. Our boy ordered him to return all the money they took and extorted to their respective owners. He asked him to also get rid of the gambling den and end his little faction. He asked the man if there are any complaints. The leader said that it will be a bit difficult to accomplish all of this today. The moment he said this, he saw the scary look on Heian's face. The leader kept quiet. Heian told him that he is mistaken about something. He explained to him that the reason he is not killing all of them is not out of mercy. He told him that they are simply trash who should not die. He told him that the victims will not be able to direct their anger at something if they die. Heian asked the men to not think that they can atone for their sins through death. He told them that their sins are heavier than death. He said that it is only right for them to live while atoning to those who they have bothered for the rest of their lives. Heian asked the men if they understand him. They all said that they do. Our boy ordered everyone to get started. He told them that they need to be proactive to finish it today. He asked the leader to stay behind. He asked his juniors to make sure the men are properly tearing things down and returning the money. Manhwa asked her senior disciple about what he is going to do. Heian told her that he has something else to do. The girl asked him if he is going to drink again like last time. Heian asked her if he looks like a person who can drink anytime he wants. Manhwa told him that he looks like someone like that. Our boy asked her to focus on her mission. Manhwa glared at him as she walked out of the room. She asked him not to worry. She said that they will be fine. Heian did not expect the girl to see through him. Fortunately, he wasn't going to drink this time. He wanted something else. The leader asked Heian about why he asked him to stay. Our boy stood up and asked him not to hide it. He told him that he can't fool his nose. While drooling, Heian asked the man to lead him to where the tuber fleece flower is. In his last life, Heian went around looking for rare opportunities in order to get stronger. He didn't have any sect to support him, and he also didn't have enough money to obtain elixirs. Because he didn't have money, he looked for these opportunities by himself. These items are rare for a reason. A person couldn't just find them by looking for them. You have to stumble upon them accidentally. While Heian was resting after training, he coincidentally discovered the tuber fleece flower. He discovered the flower after spending 7 years looking for a rare opportunity. The tuber fleece flower he acquired in his past life tasted bitter, and it had a drab scent of dirt. It was a scent that Heian couldn't forget. The leader took our boy to their basement. Heian noticed that the scent of the fleece flower he faintly smelled earlier is getting stronger now that they have gotten close to it. The leader told Heian that it is a 200-year-old tuber fleece flower. He revealed to him that they obtained it accidentally and have stored it for a while. He said that he had forgotten about it because of the chaos. He told Heian that he is truly different to be able to smell and recognize it. He revealed to him that the Red Wolf sword was originally going to take it. He said that the herb has now found its true owner. Heian stepped into the treasury and commended the man on his work. He asked him to go up to finish his work. The man accepted his order. Our boy locked the door and began to look around. Most organizations who are capable of using martial arts have a space where they can practice energy circulation. Heian observed that the iron doors and the stone walls were pretty thick. He was certain that he didn't need to worry about anything. In his last life, Heian ate a 300-year-old fleece flower. He knew that a 200-year-old fleece flower won't be as good as the one he ate. However, this didn't change the fact that the item is special. Heian quickly opened the box. He wanted to enjoy the herb. The moment he opened the box, he saw something shocking inside. He did not understand why a 200-year-old fleece flower was so big. It was much bigger than the 300-year-old fleece flower he ate in his last life. This fleece flower was at least 400 years old. Heian picked up the flower. He recalled that it was very difficult for him to obtain a fleece flower in his last life. He could not believe that this man found something of this quality so easily. Heian felt bad that he was ingesting the herb alone. He promised to share the next good item with his juniors. While the leader was looking through the documents, he felt a heavy vibration and heard a loud sound. He was shocked to hear this. He quickly stood up. He noticed that the sound came from the basement. He saw some smoke coming from the basement. Heian stepped out of the basement. He said that he feels refreshed. The moment he said this, the leader ran to him. He asked him about what the loud noise was. Our boy said that it was nothing. He asked the man if he has time to stroll around. He reminded him that he has to thoroughly look through the ledger. The leader told him that this was what he was doing before he came down. Heian turned around and told him that he will check it later to see if he returned the money. He asked him to make sure to do it properly. The leader bowed his head and asked Heian to have a safe trip. He watched our boy as he walked away. He called him a bastard and said that he speaks in a rude manner. He turned to the basement. He wondered why there was smoke coming from the basement. He knew that the building was too damaged for nothing important to have happened inside. However, the man didn't care. He knew that the building would have eventually been destroyed either today or tomorrow. He did not think that it mattered. The leader was a bit curious about what the fleece flower did to Heian for this to happen. The scene shifts, and we see the gang members breathing heavily. They were all tired from destroying something with sledgehammers. While they were breathing heavily, Muchiol moved close to them. With a serious look on his face, he reminded them that the sun is going to rise soon. He asked them if they have time to rest. The men quickly stood up. Manhwa asked them to break everything down. She said that the sun will rise soon. In the next scene, we see one of the underworlders giving a man a box filled with cash. The man asked him if he is really just going to give him. The underworlder bowed his head and told him that this is the money they extorted from him. He told him that it is only right that he returns it to him. He apologized to the man. Mu Jin watched the underworlder as he apologized. Someone else was also watching them from afar. The person turned out to be the branch leader of the beggar sect. The man could not believe that Heian actually defeated the Red Wolf Sword and dealt with the brutal blood faction. He was certain that it had only been 2 days since he gave Heian information on the Red Wolf Sword. He already knew that our boy was not ordinary, but this was beyond what he expected. Jingi believed that the Mount Hua is hiding a dragon. While he was watching Mu Jin, Heian told him that he was looking for him. The man was surprised to hear his voice. He turned around and told him that he did not expect to see him. Heian explained to him that he came to have a drink because he is feeling peckish. He said that it is not fun to drink alone. He told Jingi that the alcohol and refreshments are ready. He asked him if he is up for a drink. Jingi was surprised to hear that someone wanted to drink this early in the morning. He asked Heian to lead the way. The scene shifts, and we see Jingi eating chicken with Heian in a bar. He asked our boy about what he is curious about. Heian told the man that the Red Wolf Sword is dead and the brutal blood faction has been dealt with. He knew that Jingi was already aware of this. He told him that he is putting the funds of the brutal blood faction where they belong. However, Heian still had a problem. The brutal blood faction are underworlders. He explained to Jingi that the gang became underworlders because they had no way of surviving or earning a living. He told Jingi that he wants to use them to reconstruct Pasang if there is a way to rehabilitate them. He asked the beggar if he knows someone who can take the men in and give them work. He asked him not to worry about the men's martial arts. He said that he plans on severing their dantian while he is here. Jingi said that dantians are not easily broken. He told our boy that he always surprises him. He revealed to him that he has a few merchants that he knows. He asked our boy not to worry about the underworlders. He said that he will check in on them every now and then to see if they are learning their trades and not causing any problems. Heian thanked him for this. Jingi asked him not to thank him. He told him that he is doing it for the civilians. He said that he should be the one thanking him for giving him an opportunity to help out. He poured Heian a drink and asked him about how long he plans on staying in Pasang. Heian revealed to him that he still has 2 outer sects he has to visit. He said that he has to visit the sects within a fixed duration, so he has 3 days left in Pasang. Jingi revealed to him that there are some strongholds around Pasang. He asked him if he is planning to deal with them. Heian said that he might deal with them. In the next scene, we see Hien place a bottle of liquor in front of his juniors. Mu Jin asked him about what is happening. Hien explained to him that he prepared this bamboo leaf liquor to congratulate all of them for finishing their first real mission well. Mu Jin told him that they don't really drink. Our boy explained to him that he is aware that they don't drink at random times in their sect. They only drink at periodic events like the end of the year or when there is something to celebrate. Hien asked them if they know that new prospects who are just entering the Jianghu usually die during their first real incident. He told them that they must have noticed that the martial arts of the underworlders were flimsy. However, they had a clear intention. They fought the disciples with the intention to kill, but the disciples were not prepared to harm them. Our boy told his juniors that this is what the real world looks like. He explained to them that their martial arts is better than the underworlders. However, the difference between life and death in the Jianghu is not simply decided by a person's level. Most who are new to the Jianghu overlook this fact and meet a terrible end. However, this three came out unscathed. Hiem told them that their safety is a reason to celebrate. He told them that they drink since it is a celebration. Mu Jin found it odd that his senior was speaking with experience. He reminded him that this is also his first real incident. Our boy told him that he is right. They all raised their cups and congratulated themselves for safely completing their first mission in the Jianghu. After taking a sip of the drink, Manhwa said that the bamboo leaf liquor is delicious. Mu Jin agreed with her. He said that it is not bitter even though it is alcohol. Manhwa told our boy that she now understands his love for alcohol. She said that she will drink every day if liquors are this good. Mu Jin asked her not to do this. While they were talking, Mu Chiol was thinking about something. He remembered the technique Hien used to destroy the Red Wolf sword's attack. He was certain that the sword technique doesn't belong to the Manhwa. He wondered about what the sword technique was. He couldn't stop thinking about it. He wanted to know what it was. He told Hien that he has a question for him after watching his battle with the Red Wolf sword. He said that the first technique he used belongs to the Manhwa. However, the moment he deflected the Red Wolf sword strike, his swordsmanship changed into something else. Mu Chiol said that the power was concentrated and the curves were not smooth. He told Hien that he wants to know more about this technique. Our boy believed that they were all busy dealing with the underworlders. He did not expect Mu Chiol to be watching him. He knew that the technique he used had the principle of weight in it. Weight and power were the principles of the Dako sword technique, which Hien used and invented in his past life. Our boy simply put the principle of weight into the basic moves of the six-fold combo sword technique. He could not believe that Mu Chiol actually noticed this. He remembered that the boy said that it didn't look like a Manhwa sword technique. He told Mu Chiol that he will tell him later. He said that there is something they need to do first. Hien had been waiting for a chance to mention this to his juniors. He believed that now was perfect. He asked his juniors if they have finished their drinks. He asked them to finish it if they haven't done so. He told them that they won't have time to drink for the next 3 days once they hear what he is about to say. In the next scene, we see a coachman driving a carriage in a forest. Someone came out of the bush and asked the coachman to stop. The man asked him if something is wrong. The man who came out of the forest said that nothing is wrong. He asked the coachman to give him everything he has if he doesn't want to die. The coachman begged the man to spare him. While he was begging, Hien and his juniors watched him from the bushes. Manhwa could tell that this man was a bandit. Hien explained to her that the bandits stay hidden in the woods until someone passes by in order to rob them. Although they look like they are part of the underworlders, they are actually different. The biggest difference would be the fact that they learn martial arts, and they are more systematic. The people they dealt with earlier also learned martial arts, but the Red Wolf sword taught them with a purpose in mind. So those men aren't like the average underworlders. These men are more structured. Hien told his juniors that they have to assume that a stronghold is nearby if they come across this bandits. He said that there are about 5 strongholds around Pasung. He told the disciples that he does not know the exact locations of the strongholds. He said that the only thing he is sure of is that these men are stronger than the underworlders under the Red Wolf sword. With a worried look on her face, Manhwa asked her senior disciple about why he is telling them this. Our boy revealed to them that they will be the ones to eradicate these strongholds in the next 3 days. He said that one person will take on each stronghold and the rest will watch. The juniors were shocked to hear this. Manhwa asked him about why he made such a decision. She asked him if they did something wrong. Our boy found her question to be odd. He reminded her that they almost died because they couldn't take down the underworlders. He told them that they almost died because they were not ready to harm others. Heian explained to them that this mission was made to deal with their fear. Mu Chiol told him that he is right. He said that they might have died if it wasn't for him. He said that it is a good idea. Mu Jin and Mu Hua did not like the fact that he was right. Mu Jin asked Heian about how he prepared himself to harm others. Heian did not know how to answer the question. This wasn't his first real fight. His first real fight happened a long time ago. However, it wasn't something that he could easily forget. Heian told Mu Jin that he remembers being afraid, the fear that he will be the one to die if he doesn't kill the person got to him. Heian told his juniors that he is afraid of dying, and he is also afraid of them getting hurt. He said that he slayed the enemy in front of him in order to prevent his fears from becoming real. He explained to his juniors that this perspective belongs to him. He said that a person should have their own way of fighting. He told Mu Chiol that he will teach him the sword technique that he saw, depending on how he performs at his stronghold. Our boy told them that he will show them how it is done since it is the first night. He asked them to watch and learn. Our boy stepped out of the bushes. He beat up the bandit and knocked him out. He later woke him up and made him direct him to his stronghold. His leader was shocked to see Heian. Our boy easily took care of the bandits and destroyed their stronghold. After this night, the special training began for the juniors. They watched over the brutal blood faction during the day, and they took care of the strongholds at night. The training was quite effective. At first, the disciples hesitated. However, they quickly learned their lessons. They stopped hesitating sooner than Heian expected. They all did well. However, Mu Jin seemed like he needed more time. It was not that he was falling behind in terms of skills. He was actually even better than Mu Chiol and Mu Hua when it came to skills. But he was still hesitating when it came to killing, even though he was at death's door. Having watched over the boy until now, Heian understood why he was hesitating, but he couldn't do anything about it. Mu Jin needed to overcome it by himself. In the next scene, we see Heian tell his juniors that they have taken care of the strongholds. They were able to take care of the strongholds in 2 days instead of 3 days. Our boy commended them on their efforts. He revealed to them that they will be leaving for Wainan as planned. He asked them to rest until tomorrow. Mu Hua asked him about what they will do today. Heian reminded her that he told Mu Chiol that he is going to teach him a new technique. Mu Hua asked him if they are also involved. Our boy told her that they have to help too. Mu Hua was not excited to hear this. She planned on resting today. She could tell that Heian was going to work them to the bone again. The scene shifts, and we see Heian demonstrate the move to the juniors. He left a hole in the ground when he swung his sword. The juniors were shocked to see the technique. Heian told Mu Chiol that the technique he saw before was actually the six-fold combo sword technique. He said that he simply tweaked it a bit by adding weight to it. Mu Chiol was surprised to hear this. Heian explained to him that the sword techniques of their sect allow a person to proceed to the next move even if the sword path is blocked or destroyed. This is partly because there are so many changes in movement. It is also because there is no differentiation between defense and an offense in the six-fold combo. In other words, a person can link the six-fold combo sword technique to any other skill. Heian said that he will be displaying his own personal interpretation of the technique. He asked them about how things will be if he mixes the element of illusion and change to the six-fold combo sword technique. Mu Chiol asked him if he is serious. Heian revealed to them that Hyunjo wasn't the first to create this method, but he was the best at it. This means that he has a very profound understanding of martial arts. Our boy told them that Hyunjo thought a lot about the six-fold combo sword technique and came to a conclusion. Hyunjo said that Flamboyant Change and the Plum Blossom are both still the six-fold combo sword technique, but it is a different branch of the technique. Heian announced that Hyunjo was discreetly creating a new technique. He said that one of them uses the weight of the sword which he just performed. He said that he also has a conclusion about the technique. He said that it is incomplete. On top of this, the Manhwa doesn't have a technique that deeply studies the weight of the sword. Heian explained to Mu Chiol that it can be foolish to learn a technique that isn't even complete, especially when he already has a good basic technique. Our boy said that Hyunjo has a reason for creating the method in secret. He knew that an incomplete technique could just end up causing chaos and confusion. Heian asked Mu Chiol if this is really the technique he wants to learn. The boy became quiet. He quickly put himself together and asked Heian to teach him the technique. For the sake of the story, I will now call Heian Mu Why. After telling Mu Why that he wants to learn the technique, they began to train. They practiced their stance overnight. Manhwa and Mujin were forced to watch them do the same thing. Manhwa was tired of watching them. She gently called out to Mujin. She suggested that they should run. Mujin was surprised to hear this. Manhwa corrects Muchiol by telling him that he has been wielding his sword with the principle of illusion. He asked him to forget the principle of illusion that he knows and focus on the principle of weight. He advised him to think about the difference between how they use their swords. While sweating heavily, Muchiol said that he understands. As the boy practiced his sword technique, Mujin and Manhwa walked down the hill. They said that they wanted to go watch the underworlders. In the town, we see a man asking his subordinate to move faster. He told him that he won't be able to get things done at his current pace. The subordinate was an underworlder. He told his master that his back and the area around his stomach has been aching him since yesterday. Manhwa saw that there were no issues in the town. She recalled that her senior disciple told her that those who became underworlders had no other choice but to walk that path. If they are given the opportunity, they would actually work hard. Manhwa did not expect it to be true. She believed that all underworlders were trash. She assumed that the underworlders were acting nice because they knew that she was watching them. Manhwa wasn't really bothered about this because the underworlders could no longer use martial arts anymore. The girl believed that Mujin must be watching the underworlders too. She decided to end things and go back to the inn to rest. She told herself that she has done what she needs to do. She believed that she deserved to rest because she has worked hard for a few days. The moment she turned around, someone called out to her. Manhwa quickly drew her sword when she turned around. She saw a woman and a child. She recognized the woman. She remembered that she was the one that she saved at the brutal blood faction. The woman apologized to her for surprising her. She introduced the little girl she was holding as her younger sister. Her name is Young. She asked Manhwa to say hi to her. The girl quickly put her sword away. She asked the woman about how her wound is. She apologized to her for scaring her younger sister. She explained to her that she is a bit sensitive because she has been working for a while. While she was talking, Young thanked her for saving her sister. Manhwa was surprised to hear this. She became emotional. She could not believe that the little girl was thanking her. She asked herself if this is why chivalrous fighters exist. Manhwa felt like crying. The woman explained to her that her big wound healed quickly. She told her that they were able to carry out their father's funeral thanks to her. Manhwa did not expect to hear about her father. She quickly realized that it was the man who was lying next to the woman. Manhwa put her hands together and bowed her head. She apologized to her for not being able to help earlier. She hoped that their father rests in peace. The woman asked the girl not to apologize. She told her that she did not bring up the topic to get an apology. She said that she is actually thankful. She thanked Manhwa for saving her and not letting her little sister live alone. Young stared at Manhwa as her eyes shined brightly. She told Manhwa that she wants to be a chivalrous fighter when she gets older. Manhwa became emotional when she heard this. She began to cry. The woman did not understand why she was crying. Manhwa told Young that she can also do it when she gets older. The little girl asked her if she is serious. While crying, Manhwa told the little girl that she will become an even greater fighter than her. The woman asked the girl if something is wrong. She asked her if she is hurt somewhere. Manhwa told her that it is nothing like that. At night, we see the lights in the town shine brightly. Inside the inn, we see Mujin sitting on the ground. He seemed to be thinking about something. The next day, we see Manhwa breathing heavily. She asked Manhwa to slow down. She did not understand why he was walking so fast. Manhwa told her that he is not walking fast. He told her that she is the one who is slow. He asked her if she has become relaxed after resting for a day. Our boy said that she has been slacking in her usual training. He told her that he will take a look at things. Manhwa whispered that they should have left early. She asked him to tell her why he let them rest for a day. Manhwa turned around and glared at her. Manhwa quickly covered her mouth. Mujin decided to change the topic since our boy's expression was not good. He said that he is curious if the underworlders in Pasung are rehabilitating well. He told Manhwa that they didn't seem to have any issues when they were watching them. Our boy asked him not to worry about it. He said that the beggar sect will keep watching them. With a scary tone in his voice, he told Mujin that what they need to worry about is their weak mentalities. He said that he needs to increase the difficulty of their training. Mujin could not believe that he failed at changing the subject. He and Manhwa knew that their lives were over. Manhwa said that she misses Young. Our boy turned around when he heard this. Manhwa explained to him that Young is the younger sister of the girl she saved during the fight. with the brutal blood faction. She told him that she met Young while she was watching the Underworlders. She revealed to Mu that Young said that she wants to be a chivalrous fighter like her when she grows up. Mu told her that this is the first time he is worried about a child's future. Mu was shocked to hear this. She called out to her senior disciple. Mu asked her to shut up. He told her that they have reached Waynon. The girl was happy to hear this. She moved up to see the town. Mu was relieved to see that they reached the town before sunset. Mu Jin informed him that the Manhwa outer sect that is here is known as the Fresh Flower Sect. Mu decided that they will have dinner at the Fresh Flower Sect. Mu was happy to hear this. Our boy reminded her that she said something about him going too fast earlier. Mu couldn't say anything. The scene shifts, and we see a boy beating another boy in the bushes. His friends assisted him in holding the boy down. The boy clenched his fist and punched the white-haired boy in his stomach. He raised his fist and said that he needs to give him one more punch. Before the boy could land his punch, someone blocked his hand. The person was surprised to see a young boy hitting another child with a little bit of internal energy. When the boy raised his head, he saw Mu holding his hand. He saw the other disciples behind Mu. The white-haired boy immediately realized that he was looking at disciples from the original Manhwa sect. Mu told the boy that his punch is enough to kill a child who hasn't learned martial arts. With a scary look on his face, he told the boy that he needs to be aware of this when punching with his fist. The boy glared at Mu when he heard this. Our boy could tell that his eyes were full of arrogance. He immediately realized that the problem lies with the parents. He knew that the boy has been influenced by his parents. It wasn't his fault that he was like this. Mu noticed that the boy was still glaring at him. With a look of anger on his face, our boy told the arrogant idiot that he can get slapped if he glares at someone while knowing that he is in the wrong. Mu knew that the boy was from an orthodox sect. He asked him if he wasn't taught manners in his sect. Before our boy could do anything, the other boy gently grabbed his clothes. Mu did not expect this. He understood what the boy was trying to say. He let go of the arrogant idiot and asked him and his friends to get lost before they get beaten. After the idiot and his friends left, the other boy put his hands together and bowed his head to Mu. He introduced himself as Lim Sanha of the Fresh Flower Sect. He thanked our boy for his help. Mu also introduced himself to him. Mu moved close to the boy and asked him if he is all right. Sanha said that he is. Mu asked him about who the other boy was. Sanha said that the boy is the young master of the Great Truth Sect. His name is Ga Sayin. The other kids are students learning martial arts at the Great Truth Sect. Mu asked Sanha to tell her why they were bullying him. The boy told her that their sect has never been on good terms with the Great Truth Sect. Recently, the boys found out that their sect was weaker than the Great Truth Sect. Thanks to this, they started bullying him. Mu could tell that the boy swinging his fist was the young leader. Mu Jin asked Sanha if his sect leader knows about this. Sanha told him that he does. He said that he used to fight back and beat the boys before. The Fresh Flower Sect leader went to the Great Truth Sect to talk about the fights. However, when he got there, the Great Truth Sect leader told him that his students wouldn't do something like that without a reason. He told the Fresh Flower Sect leader that his son is the one at fault, and he tried to turn the issue into a sect-level conflict. Because the Fresh Flower Sect leader didn't want a war between the two sects, he backed off. Mu realized that the Fresh Flower Sect will likely face its downfall if it fights against the Great Truth Sect. He asked Sanha if the best his sect could do was to make sure that the Fresh Flower Sect doesn't have a reason to invade them. He realized that this was why Sanha stopped him earlier. The boy was worried that it might lead to a fight between the two sects. This was why he let them beat him up. Sanha told Mu that he is right. Mu could not believe that an outer sect of their sect is being treated like this. Mu told her that there is a reason they were sent to take care of the outer sects. He told her that they will hear the details from the Fresh Flower Sect leader. Inside the sect, we see the disciples of the sect staring at the disciples of the Manhwa sect. Mu recalled that the main sect's disciples are supposed to have red plum blossoms and the outer sects were supposed to have white plum blossoms. He noticed that the disciples of the sect all have white plum blossoms embroidered onto their clothes. A man walked up to them and told them that he has been waiting to hear from them. Mu bowed his head and introduced himself to the man. He thanked him for the warm welcome. The man bowed his head and introduced himself as Lim Muguk. He is the sect leader of the Fresh Flower Sect. Muguk told our boy that he heard about how they took the brutal blood faction down in one night. Mu said that rumors in the Jianghu are actually exaggerated. He told him that it did not happen overnight. Muguk told him that the important thing is that they took care of the brutal blood faction. He asked Sanha if he was the one who brought them there. Sanha said that he was. Muguk commended his son for what he did. He asked the group to follow him inside. Muwai noticed that he had a weird look on his face. Muguk served them some tea. Muchiol told him that the scent of the tea is deeper than that of the plum blossom tea from the Manhwa. Muguk said that it is not as good as the Manhwa's tea. He said that he still hasn't forgotten the taste of the plum blossom tea. He said that he would like to visit again sometime. He told them that he wanted to let them rest first. Muwai told him that it is all right. He revealed to him that the sect leader asked them to take care of the outer sects. He said that they don't need to waste time. He asked Muguk to tell him how the Fresh Flower sect is doing. Muguk told him that they are in a difficult position. Our boy asked him if it is because of the Great Truth sect. Muguk explained to him that they were never on good terms with the Great Truth sect, but they weren't any large problems in the past. This was because they were equal in power. Muwai asked him if things has been different since the Shangxi massacre. Muguk told him that he is right. Ever since the Great Truth sect learned about the damage they suffered, they began to act bolder. They have been getting in their way whenever they can, and now they are intervening in their interest and provoking them. Muguk knew that the young leader of the Great Truth sect was bullying his son. He said that his son has suffered today again. Mu Jin was surprised to hear this. He asked him if he already knew. Muguk said that his son was trying to hide it, but he could tell. He told them that he wants to confront them with his sword, but this would be exactly what the Great Truth sect wants. They want to take over their sect through any means possible. Muguk said that there is nothing he can do even though his son came home after getting bullied. The man felt like he failed as a father and as a sect leader. Mu Jin asked him about why he didn't ask the Manhwa for help. Muguk told him that he is aware of the situation the main sect is in. He said that he wanted to ask for help once the main sect has recovered a bit. He told the group that he is relieved that they are here now. He said that he could feel their determination and spirit. He told them that the fact that disciples of the Manhwa visited them will deter the Great Truth sect. Muwai told him that he doesn't believe in them. With a smile on his face, Mu Jin told the sect leader that he agrees with his senior disciple. The moment he said this, he turned to Muwai. Our boy told the sect leader that he wouldn't have made that face to his son earlier if he believed in them. Muwai and Mu Chiol wondered about which face the sect leader made. Muguk told Muwai that he is seeing things. He said that if he doesn't trust the disciples of the Manhwa, it means that he doesn't trust the Manhwa itself. He told our boy that it does not make sense that a mere outer sect leader wouldn't trust him. He said that he wants to talk more, but he has to treat them to dinner now that the sun has gone down. He asked the group to follow him. Muwai was annoyed to see that the sect leader was turning them down even though they offered to help. Although he was annoyed, Muwai completely understood how Muguk felt. He knew that the Fresh Flower sect endured different hardships because they believed that the Manhwa would help them. They probably had high expectations after hearing about the disciples that took care of the brutal blood faction. Yet all Muguk saw were kids who were on their first outing into the Jianghu. When Muguk saw them, he thought that they were too young. He did not know what 4 people could possibly do to an entire sect. He believed that they might end up getting hurt while trying to help them. He decided to treat them while they were there and send them on their way. Muguk felt sorry for his son and the other sect members who had to endure harassment from the Great Truth sect. While remembering what he thought, Muguk wondered if he was actually hoping that these young disciples would help them. He could not believe that he wasn't able to hide his expression. He told himself that he was the one acting like a child. He was quite surprised that Muwai was able to read his face in that split moment. He did not expect our boy to be so observant. He realized that Muwai was still a disciple of the Manhwa. Our boy stood up and thanked the man for his offer. He told him that they will take care of their dinner by themselves. Everyone was surprised to hear this. Muwai did not expect him to say something so rude. Muwai did not feel like he was rude. He knew that the sect leader was the one who was rude to them first. Muguk asked our boy to tell him why he is turning down their goodwill. Muwai didn't think that he will be able to change Muguk's mind. He believed that he will be wasting his time trying to convince the man. He told the man that he cannot take from him since they have not helped him with anything. He said that it is not right. Everyone was surprised to hear this, but no one was as surprised as Muwai. She couldn't believe that her senior disciple was saying that something isn't right. She remembered how he beat up one of their disciples, how he advised them to break down the front gates of another sect when ambushing them. Manhwa wondered if this was the same senior disciple that she knew. She believed that something was wrong with Manhwa. As they walked out of the sect, Manhwa told her senior disciple that he is acting strange. She knew that he never cared about his duties. She asked him about why he is suddenly doing otherwise. She knew that something was going on. She asked Manhwa to tell them anything. Our boy turned around when he heard this. Manhwa quickly closed her mouth. When he turned around, our boy was not actually looking at her. He was looking at the Fresh Flower sect. He wanted to see how far they were from the sect. He believed that they were far enough. The only way the Fresh Flower sect could hear them is if they had an extremely advanced martial master. Manhwa told his juniors that he will tell them what happened. He revealed to them that the Fresh Flower sect leader doesn't trust them. The group was surprised to hear this. Manhwa reminded him that Muguk said that the Great Truth sect would not interfere in their business because they are there. Manhwa asked her if she doesn't think that this is strange. He asked her if she remembers the attitude the children of the Great Truth sect had towards them earlier. He asked her not to think that children don't know anything. He said that a successor is still a successor. A successor needs to be careful with their actions and words. Manhwa told them that there must be a reason why that boy acted the way he did. He said that it does not make sense that the Great Truth sect would back away because they are there. The Fresh Flower sect leader knows that the Mount Hua is struggling right now. Although the Mount Hua sent disciples of the sect to check in on outer sects, they are still just 4 disciples on their first trip to the Jianghu. Manhwa asked the others to tell him what would happen if they were to fight with the Great Truth sect and lose. This would allow the Great Truth sect to absorb the Fresh Flower sect, and people will say that the Mount Hua failed to resolve matters involving their outer sects. It will be the worst-case scenario for everyone. Manhwa became worried. She asked her senior about what they should do. Manhwa reminded her that this would only happen if they fail to solve the problem. He said that they will resolve the issue. Manhwa asked him about how they are going to do it. She knew that he already had a plan in mind. The scene shifts, and we see 2 men eating dumplings in a restaurant. Manhwa watched the 2 men as they ate. He saw that the disciples of the Great Truth sect were eating freely even though it is the Fresh Flower sect's territory. He could tell from their eyes that the men were full of complaints, and they were looking for victims. Manhwa told the others that something will happen even if they don't do anything. The moment he said this, a man accidentally brushed arms with one of them. The men quickly looked up. They saw that the man was drunk. Although he was drunk, the man was still able to apologize for what he did. As he walked forward, the man dusted his clothes. He did not like the fact that the men were glaring at him even though their sect raised the protection fees. The men looked like they were about to murder civilians. The man said that the Great Truth sect is truly an orthodox sect. Manhwa did not expect to hear about protection fees. He believed that this was the Fresh Flower sect's territory. The man looked like he was the one who was provoking the men to Manhwa. Some men sitting on another table referred to the members of the Great Truth sect as a bunch of leeches. They said that they were taking their money, and now they were getting free food. One of them said that they should be ashamed. The man next to him asked him to watch his mouth. He told him that they might hear him. The man said that they pay them to keep the unorthodox bastards away, but they ended up turning into those unorthodox bastards themselves. Upon hearing this, Manhwa realized that the Great Truth sect has already taken over this place. They raised the protection fees when they took over. This got on the nerves of the people there. Our boy noticed that the man from before was still talking loudly. He knew that something was bound to happen. He told the others that things will be going their way. He asked them not to intervene no matter what happens. Manhwa asked him about what he means. Immediately she asked this question. The men from the Great Truth sect stood up. They said that they couldn't take it anymore. One of them touched the shoulder of the man who was talking and asked him if he has always wanted to say those things about them. Everyone there became nervous. The man told them that he has always wanted to say those things. The man from the Great Truth sect was surprised to hear this. The drunk man asked the disciple if he is going to kill him. The man's friend asked him to stop talking. The man asked him if he said something wrong. He told his friend that everything he said was right. He reminded the disciples that they were hiding behind closed doors when the demonic cult attacked, and now they are going around showing their power. The man told them that they kicked out the Fresh Flower sect who actually protected them and raised the protection fees. The man laughed and told them that even the unorthodox sect wouldn't act like them. He called them a bunch of demonic bastards. He said that he wouldn't even be able to go around in public if he was a member of their sect. The disciple pushed the man to the ground and asked him if he thinks they are idiots. He raised his sword and asked everyone to look closely. He said that this is what happens when someone insults the Great Truth Sect. Before he could stab the man, Mu Wai threw his chopsticks at him and made his body freeze. The man screamed out in pain. The other disciple took out his sword and asked Mu Wai to tell him who he is. Our boy kicked the man in his stomach and sent him flying. The first disciple asked our boy to tell him what he is doing. He asked him to tell him what he did that made him stop moving. Mu Wai picked up the other man's sword and told him that he has the same question for him. He agreed that the man spoke rashly. He asked the disciple to tell him why he wielded his sword against someone who hasn't learned any martial arts. The man looked at Mu Wai's hand. He saw the symbol on his clothes. He immediately knew that our boy was from the Manhwa. Mu Wai asked the man to tell him what he was going to do with the sword. The man said that he was simply going to scare the man. Our boy took the man's sword and told him that he will be taking it away. The man was surprised to hear this. Mu Wai told him that if he was going to use a sword to scare a weak person, it will be better for him not to have a sword at all. He revealed to the man that he will be able to move once he takes out the chopsticks. He asked him to ask the unconscious man to take them out when he wakes up. He asked the man to come to the Fresh Flower sect if he wants to get his sword back. The man asked Mu Wai if he dares to interfere in the Great Truth sect's business. He told our boy that he is trying to start a fight. Mu Wai glared at the idiot when he heard this. He told him that even his sect leader wouldn't dare say something like that. He asked him if he is taking the Manhwa lightly. The man became nervous. He said that he didn't mean it. Mu Wai told him that he meant it because this is how he has always been speaking. He explained to the man that he wasn't going to do anything more than this, but he has pushed him. He told the man that there is only one way for him to be forgiven. He said that the Great Truth sect leader must come to the Fresh Flower sect and beg for forgiveness. With a scary tone in his voice, Mu Wai told the man that the Great Truth sect will be history if the sect leader is not there by sunrise tomorrow. He advised the man to answer wisely. The disciple told him that he will bring his sect leader. Mu Wai and the other disciples were not even surprised by Mu Wai's actions. Mu Wai said that their senior is getting bolder by the day. She said that it would have been better if they just ambushed the Great Truth sect. Mu Jin agreed with her. He asked her if this will be all right. The next day, we see the sect leader of the Great Truth sect and his disciples marching towards the Fresh Flower sect. In Muguk's life, there are 3 times when he felt like a giant boulder was placed on his chest. It was a time when he found it hard to breathe. The first was the time when the Mount Hua sect members were dying during the Black Knight Palace's bloody battle. The second time was when his oldest son passed away, and the last time was when he found out that his youngest son was being bullied. As he watched the Great Truth sect leader and his sect members walk towards his sect, Muguk felt like a giant boulder was placed on his chest again. Mu Wai stood in front of the sect. He could tell that the Great Truth sect leader did not come there to apologize. The sect leader asked our boy if he is the junior who called for him. He asked him if he did not learn etiquette at Mount Hua. Mu Wai smiled when he heard this. He asked the senior if his actions bothered him a lot. He said that his etiquette is poor, but it cannot be compared to that of the Great Truth sect. He told the sect leader that everyone in his sect is showing their killing intent as if they cannot wait for a bloody battle. He told them that they are kind of like a demonic sect. The sect leader placed his hand on his sword and called Mu Wai a bastard. Our boy cuts him off and tells him that they shouldn't fight here. He asked him to speak with him inside. He told the man that someone might misunderstand the situation if they see this. He explained to him that he is standing as if he is going to unsheath his sword and start fighting any second from now. Mu Wai reminded the man that they are orthodox sects. He told him that it won't be good for them to cause any misunderstandings. The sect leader took a look at his sword. He told Mu Wai that he is quite the talker. He believed that Mu Wai was just buying time. He decided to just humor him. He agreed to follow Mu Wai inside and discuss with him. Our boy was relieved to see that he agreed to follow him. He planned on breaking his wrist and dragging him inside if he didn't comply. Muguk turned around and asked them to come in. He was relieved to see that everything was going the way our boy said that it would. The scene shifts and we are taken to the past. We see Muguk talking to Mu Wai. He asked our boy to tell him what he has done. He believed that Mu Wai understood his intentions of not having unnecessary conflict with the Great Truth sect. Mu Wai told him that he does. The sect leader asked him to tell him why he caused trouble if he understood his intentions. Our boy asked him to calm down. He told him that he will speak frankly. He told Muguk that he is aware of the fact that he can't trust them. He revealed to him that the sect leader did not give them a specific task or duration when he asked them to check on the outer sects. This means that the sect leader trusts their judgments and actions while they are checking on the outer sects. Muwai revealed to Muguk that the sect leader asked them to check on Weinan, Pasung, and Lushan. These regions are quite broad for 4 second-generation disciples to check out. Our boy told Muguk that he didn't tell him about it, because he didn't need to know. He told him that Posung's brutal blood faction is related to a martial artist of the Nine Hells sword. He said that he had to engage in conflict to deal with the brutal blood faction. He explained to Muguk that they dealt with it secretly, so that there wouldn't be unnecessary friction with the Nine Hells sword sect. Muguk was surprised to hear that they apprehended a martial artist from the Nine Hells sword sect without any injuries. He believed that this would be impossible for the 4 of them. Muwai told him that it wasn't the 4 of them that fought him. He said that he dealt with the martial artist himself. Muguk was shocked to hear this. Our boy explained to him that he only has one reason for bringing this up himself. He told Muguk that he wants him to trust them the same way their sect leader trusts them. He told him that he can speak if he wants to confirm anything. He told him that he can also take out his sword and request for a duel if he wants to test his skills. Muguk asked our boy if he will be able to handle fighting the entire Great Truth sect. Our boy assured him that the situation won't get to this level. He told him that he will take care of everything if a battle breaks out. The scene shifts, and we are taken back to the present. We see the Great Truth sect leader and his members sitting inside a room with Muguk and Muwai. Although he remembered what our boy said, Muguk was still well aware that human nature is fickle. He believed that things were different now that the Great Truth sect was in front of them. Muwai acknowledged the fact that they are there because of an incident between him and the Great Truth sect. He said that he has heard that the conflict between them and the Fresh Flower sect is also deep. He explained to the sect leader that he is a disciple from Manhwa and the Fresh Flower sect is their outer sect. He said that he wants to resolve things between the 2 sects, since both sects had no plans of reconciling and maintaining a great relationship in Weinan. Our boy decided to get to the point. He suggested that they choose a representative from both sects and host a duel. Muguk was surprised to hear this. The Great Truth sect leader laughed when he heard this. He told Muguk that he is now certain that he hasn't planned things with Muwai. He said that he was wondering about the tricks he planned on using since he brought them there. He said that he is surprised to hear that it is just a duel. He told Muguk that the word duel wouldn't come out of his mouth unless he is insane. He asked Muguk if he has forgotten about his son's death. Muguk did not say anything. Muwai stared at him. He did not know what the Great Truth sect leader was talking about. The sect leader asked Muguk if he didn't mention it to Muwai because he thought that he could resolve things for him. He told Muguk that the person he trusted touched a topic that hurt him the most. Muwai used a technique known as sound transmission to share his thoughts with Muguk in his mind. He asked the sect leader if his son died dueling someone from the Great Truth sect. Muguk was surprised to hear our boy's voice in his head. Muwai apologized to him for touching a painful memory. The sect leader asked him not to worry about it. He said that it is his fault for not telling him in advance. He asked our boy to keep going. He told him that he trusts him. Muwai thanked the sect leader for his trust in him. He told the Great Truth sect leader that it was a situation he was not aware of. He said that the issue is already gone. He told him that he will continue with what he is saying. He explained to the men in the room that the duel will include 3 people from both sides: the sect leader, the vice sect leader, and a strong person from the sect. Muwai told the Great Truth sect leader that he will participate as the strong person for the Fresh Flower sect. He asked him if 5 days from now is good for him. The sect leader told him that they can even fight right now. He asked our boy if he can be considerate to them. Muwai asked him to explain what he means. With an arrogant look on his face, the man said that the last duel was quite difficult for them. He said that people framed them by saying that they killed on purpose. He told Muwai that he personally believes that it is correct to blame the weak one. He said that he is simply worried that he will be called a murderer again. Muwai asked him if he doesn't know how the dispute between him and his sect members began. He asked the man not to worry because the farmers are already calling the Great Truth sect a demonic sect. With a look of anger on his face, the sect leader told Muwai that he has been running his mouth for a while. He asked him to watch it. He told him that he and his sect members could attack the Fresh Flower sect right now. He said that they are holding back because he made an interesting offer. Our boy asked him if he is pissed off. He told him that he was simply informing him because he did not seem like he was aware. The man next to the sect leader asked Mu why if he thinks that they are easy just because they are holding back. Before he could say anything else, Mu Wai glared at him with a scary look on his face. The man became scared. The Great Truth sect leader stood up and said that they will come back in 5 days. He said that he wants a fair duel where no one dies. After saying this, he left. Muguk let out a sigh. He revealed to Mu Wai that the Great Truth sect young leader was much weaker than his son in martial arts. He said that the Great Truth sect leader was once his equal, but now he is much stronger. He told Mu Wai that the person he will face will be a hired assassin who they will pose as a guest of the Great Truth sect. Our boy was not surprised to hear this. He told Muguk that he is correct. Muguk assured Mu Wai that his faith in him hasn't changed. He said that he simply wants to know if this is okay. Our boy told him that the duels will be easy. Muguk told him that he will place his full faith in him. Mu Wai stood up and told the sect leader that they need to go to the training hall. The man was surprised to hear this. Our boy explained to him that he should consider himself dead for the next 4 days. Muguk did not understand what he meant. The scene shifts and we see Mu Jin and the others staring at something with a look of shock. Mu Wai asked Mu Jin if this is really okay. The boy asked her not to ask him. He said that he doesn't know. The disciples were looking at the fresh flower sect leader hanging upside down on a tree. His leg was tied to the branch. Mu Wai stood below Muguk. He pointed his sword at his back, as if he was waiting for him to fall down. Our boy told Muguk that it is too early for him to get tired. He said that they still have a lot of time. He asked him to imagine that his sect is finished when he can no longer endure. He advised him to use this to push through. He warned him not to get too close to the ground. Mu Wai told herself that her senior disciple is not a human. She was certain that he was a demon. At sunset, we see the sect leader still hanging on to the tree. Mu Chiol was the one holding the sword now. He told Muguk that he is going to get stabbed if he lowers himself any further. He reminded him that today's training is nearly over. He begged him to endure the pain a little longer. Mu Chiol felt bad for the sect leader. He wondered about where our boy went to after asking him to take over Muguk's training. The scene shifts and we see Sanha sitting alone. The boy thought about the duel that was to take place in 5 days. He kicked a rock when he remembered that Mu Wai said that he will help him with his training until the day of the duel. The boy knew that he couldn't suddenly get stronger with 4 days of training. While he was thinking, someone walked up to him. Sanha was surprised to see Mu Wai. With a smile on his face, our boy told him that he is right. Sanha did not expect to hear this. He asked him about what he means. Our boy explained to him that he cannot become strong with just a few days of training. Such a thing is not possible without the help of a miracle medicine or strange encounter. Our boy picked up the rock he kicked. He told Sanha that this only applies when it comes to improving his martial arts. It is a different story when it comes to building experiences. Mu Wai explained to the boy that what is important is how he uses his martial arts. Sanha did not understand what Mu Wai was talking about. Our boy decided to change his approach. He raised the stone and asked Sanha if he is utilizing his martial arts properly. The boy was surprised to hear this question. He said that he is utilizing it properly. Mu Wai asked him to copy what he is about to do. The moment he said this, he fired the stone at a crazy speed. It touched a tree and destroyed it. Sanha was shocked to see this. Mu Wai explained to him that he used less internal energy than kids his age would typically have. He told the boy that he has far more energy than the average kid. He reminded him that he said that he knows how to properly utilize his martial arts. He told him that he should be able to utilize internal energy on this level. He told Sanha that his training is complete for the day if he succeeds. However, if he fails, he will have to keep trying until he gets it. Mu Wai asked the boy to give it a try. Later in the night, we see several trees which Sanha had partially destroyed. Unfortunately, it wasn't on Mu Wai's level. Our boy told him that he shouldn't be satisfied with this. He told him that he has gotten better. He said that they need to end things today. He told the boy that they will continue tomorrow. He asked him to rest well. Sanha fell to his knees. His hand was shaking. He had to use it to practice for a long time. While shaking in pain, the boy said that Mu Wai is a demon. Unfortunately for the boy, the sun was already rising. He wondered about how he was going to even rest. The scene shifts, and we see Mu Wai telling Muguk and his son that this is the 2nd day of training. He told them that they have to train together since they don't have enough time. He asked the two of them if they learned how to use their body yesterday. They both said that they did. Mu told the sect leader that anyone can tell that his body is in great condition. Our boy knew that Muguk's body was able to quickly recover to its previous state because he was consistent with his training. Mu drew his sword and told the two of them that they needed yesterday's training for today's training. The father and son were surprised to see him draw his sword. Mu explained to them that today's training involves finding composure. He told them that a demonstration will be better than a verbal explanation. He turned to the side and asked his assistants to take their positions. His assistants were his juniors. The father and son were surprised to see that Mu was going to face three of them alone. Mu told the others that she will go first. Mu Jin told her that he is right behind her. Immediately she heard this. She charged at our boy. Mu blocked her attack with his sword sheath. Mu used her hand to attack his head. Mu easily dodged it. He gave her a kick that sent her flying. Mu Jin appeared behind her and swung his sword at our boy. Mu blocked his attack with his sword. He raised it and made a huge swing to push Mu Jin back. His attacks became more aggressive. He pushed Mu Jin back with each strike. Sanha asked his father if this is fine. He said it seems quite dangerous. Muguk agreed with his son. He told him that they should still watch for now. He wondered about what Mu was trying to show them. Mu used his sword sheath to hit Mu Jin in the stomach. The boy coughed out when this happened. Mu Chiol asked him to go low. The moment he heard this, Mu Jin bent his head. Mu Chiol swung his sword at Mu. Our boy was able to block his attack with his sword. He told Mu Chiol that his sword has more weight to it than before. He told the boy that it is not yet enough. Immediately he said this. Mu moved his sword close to his neck. Mu Chiol admitted defeat when he saw this. Mu allowed his juniors gather around him. He told Mu that her attacks are too obvious. This makes them easy to react to. He told Mu Jin that he is still not bold enough. He told Mu Chiol that he still hasn't gotten used to his new sword. He explained to his juniors that these are the biggest reasons why they failed. He advised them to focus on what he has pointed out. After saying this, he walked up to Muguk and his son. He told them that this is how they will train until the duel. Muguk was shocked to hear this. He asked Mu about the kind of training this is. He reminded him that he wanted them to find composure. Our boy told him that he is right. He asked him if he didn't feel like something was off during the fight. Muguk said that it seemed over the top for it to be simply training. The moment he said this, Muguk understood Mu's intentions. Our boy explained to him that the best way to improve in a short while is to build experience. He explained to them that they will be able to dodge attacks from weaker people once they have enough life and death experiences. Mu asked them to wield their swords. He told them that their goal is to kill him. He asked them to treat this as if it is a real fight. Muguk asked our boy to wait. He reminded him that his son is there. Muguk did not know how his son hated Mu. Sanha grabbed some sand from the ground and threw it at our boy. He did this to block his vision. Muguk was shocked to see this. Sanha plans to take out Mu. He quickly drew his sword. Unfortunately for him, our boy blocked the sand with his hand. He kicked Sanha before he could attack him. Muguk was shocked to see his son flying. He quickly turned around. The moment he did this, he sensed something coming at him. He quickly bent his head to dodge Mu's attack. Our boy tried to stab him with his sword. Muguk was able to jump and move back. He turned to his son and asked him if he is okay. Sanha said that it hurts, but it is bearable. Muguk was relieved to hear this. Immediately he said this. Mu appeared behind him. He asks him if he is going to talk to his son even during the duel. He threw a sword at the sect leader and reminded him that he asked him to fight as if it is real. He raised his sword and advised Muguk to move with everything he has if he doesn't want him and his son to die. The two of them were shocked to hear this. Later in the evening, we see Muguk attacking Mu. Our boy gave him a painful punch on his face and made him lose balance. He moved his sword close to his neck. The sect leader was surprised to see this. Mu told him that it has been 314 times. He said that this is the amount of times he has died. He reminded the sect leader that he has told him multiple times that he won't be able to respond if he closes his eyes. Muguk said that he can feel his opponent's movement with internal energy even if his eyes are closed. Mu agreed with him. He told him that if he can utilize his internal energy well, it will be as good as seeing with his own eyes. Our boy knew that this level of internal energy utilization was basic. He knew that it won't be hard for the sect leader to do it. He asked Muguk to tell him why he can't dodge his attack if he can do it. Muguk told him that his attacks are too quick. Our boy told him that he is talking as if he used internal energy to attack. He explained to him that it was an attack he could have dodged if his eyes were open. He could have also dodged it by using his internal energy. Manhwa advised him not to shrug off responsibility. He told him that bringing back the dead is impossible. The moment he said this, he kicked him and asked him to start again. Muguk grit his teeth out of anger. He saw his beaten-up son lying on the ground. He charged at Manhwa. When his sword clashed with our boy's sword, it caused a huge spark. Later in the night, we see that Muguk has lost consciousness. Manhwa was beating some sense in his Sanha. Muguk later stood up to join his son. He tried to land an attack on our boy, but he got pushed back. Manhwa asked him and his son to continue attacking. The father and son did not relent. They attacked from different angles. The scene shifts, and we are taken to the Great Truth Sect. We see the Great Truth Sect leader having a drink with someone. The man told the sect leader that the Rising Lotus Sword should be enough for a second-generation disciple of the Manhwa. The sect leader asked the man known as the Misty Tiger Blade if he wants to know why he asked him to do this. He said that he simply wants to properly humiliate them. He told the Misty Tiger Blade that it will be more effective if someone like him overpowers Manhwa and crushes his ego. The Misty Tiger Blade told the man that he is wicked. He asked him if he does not know his blade. He said that it will be a miracle if Manhwa does not become a cripple. He asked the sect leader if he is sure about this. He said that people will talk if someone dies or an incident occurs during the duel. The sect leader said that this does not matter. He told the man that rumors are nothing but rumors. The Misty Tiger Blade told him that this is not true. He explained to him that it won't just be the Manhwa that will try to do something to them if things go wrong. The sect leader smiled when he heard this. He said that there is already something in the Jianghu that everyone views with hostility. He asked the Misty Tiger Blade not to worry. He told him that he can take care of things like that on his own. The moment he heard this, the Misty Tiger Blade became certain that this man is arrogant. It didn't make sense to him that the sect leader didn't care if he makes an enemy out of other sects and clans. Although his martial arts was not bad, he was still weaker than him. The Misty Tiger Blade knew that one needs to have power in order to not care about making an enemy out of several sects and clans. He wondered if the sect leader is blinded by his greed or if he was always this stupid. He decided to look into other organizations once the job is over. The scene shifts, and we are taken to the Fresh Flower sect. We see Mu Chiol swinging his sword. Our boy watched him from the roof. He said that Mu Chiol is not bad. The boy's sword was moving like it had weight, even though it was not a heavy sword. He realized that he could get Mu Chiol a heavier sword. While thinking, he looked around. He was surprised to see that the Great Truth Sect didn't send any assassins. He was expecting them to do this because they were quite petty and shameless. Our boy realized that they were underestimating the outer sects of the Manhwa. He actually wanted the Great Truth Sect to send assassins so that he could use it as justification to eradicate the sect. While he was thinking, he heard a footstep. When he looked down, he saw the sect leader. The man stepped out and looked at the moon. He stared at the moon for a while and went back in. Manhwa recalled that he said that his first son died in a duel against the Great Truth Sect. He realized that this duel could serve as revenge for the sect leader. He wondered about what it will feel like to get revenge. On the day of the duel, we see the members of the Great Truth Sect staring at something. They wondered about what someone did to end up looking a certain way. They were looking at Sanha. They were all shocked to see how injured he was before the duel even began. Sanha took a look at the wooden sword in his hand. Saiyan asked him about what happened to his face. He told him that he looks so pathetic that he actually feels bad about fighting him. Sanha did not care about what the boy said. He was quite disappointed that they were not going to be using real swords. Saiyan told the boy that he should be glad that they are not using real swords. He told him that he might accidentally kill him. Sanha didn't respond to the idiot's provocations. Saiyan felt like something was wrong. He knew that Sanha always gets angry at the smallest insults. He did not know why the boy was calm. He believed that Sanha was just ignoring him. He told the boy that he is pissing him off. Since the two boys were ready, the judge of the duel introduced himself as Hyung Hongkwon and told them that the duel will begin soon. Hongkwon announced that a duel is meant to compare the martial arts of the two opponents. He said that it will be difficult to avoid injuries in a duel. He told everyone that he will intervene if he decides that the injuries are too much. Hongkwon announced that all 3 rounds will be carried out, regardless of who wins. While he was talking, our boy noticed something odd when he looked across the stage. He saw the Misty Tiger Blade. He recognized the swordsman. Hongkwon announced that the first duel will be conducted with wooden swords and the last two will be done with real swords. The man was aware that he had been talking for a while. He explained to everyone that he needed to say these things for their sake. He screamed and asked the boys to begin the first duel. The moment he heard this, Saiyan charged at Sanha. He raised his hand to swing his sword when he got close to him. Sanha seemed to be disappointed in the boy. His movements were so big that it almost seemed unnecessary. Sanha remembered our boy telling him that weaker opponents make exaggerated movements. Their movements are often quite excessive. Sanha asked Mu why for the reason why they do this. Our boy explained to him that the weaker opponents want to seem threatening. Their goal is to scare and intimidate the opponent. This kind of intimidation tactic might work on those who haven't learned martial arts or those who are beginners. Mu Wai told Sanha that once he has gone deep in martial arts, he will know that this kind of intimidation tactic is unnecessary. Upon remembering this, Sanha raised his sword and thrust it at Saiyan. He used the tip of his sword to hit Saiyan in the chest. The boy coughed out when this happened. Sanha gave him a punch that sent him flying. The boy slammed his back on the ground. The disciples of the Fresh Flower sect cheered for Sanha when this happened. While he was on the ground, Saiyan tried to catch his breath. His chest was in so much pain. The boy turned to Sanha. He was certain that this was not the Sanha that he knew. He wondered about what changed about Sanha. He still looked the same as before. He wondered if the boy also got a special medicine like him. Although his training with me was hellish, Sanha finally understood why he had to undergo the training. He could see how weak Saiyan really was. He walked up to the boy. While using his sword to push himself up, Saiyan asked Sanha about what he did. He asked him about how he improved so much in such a short period of time. Sanha kicked him in the leg and made him lose his balance. The boy fell to the ground. Sanha told him that he is slow to get up even though the duel is not over. He could not believe that Saiyan was actually talking. With a scary tone in his voice, Sanha told Saiyan that he would have died if this was a real fight. He raised his sword when he said this. Saiyan quickly called out to him. He begged him to wait. Sanha swung his sword with a large amount of force. His attack covered everywhere with dust. When the dust cleared up, we see that Sanha hid his sword on the ground. Sanha laughed when he remembered that this idiot is called Wainon's Rising Star. He noticed that Saiyan had peed himself. He told the boy that he should be called Wainon's Pisser. Upon seeing that Saiyan had no intention of fighting again, Hongkwon announced that the Fresh Flower sect won the first duel. The Great Truth sect leader slammed his hand on his chair when he heard this. He was annoyed to see how skilled Sanha was. He could tell that the boy really wanted to win the duel. He didn't expect his son to lose because he even fed him medicine to increase his internal energy. The sect leader believed that the first round didn't matter because the last two duels were guaranteed wins. He told himself that he will let the Fresh Flower sect enjoy their victory. Hongkwon asked the participants of the second duel to come forward. The Fresh Flower sect leader and the Great Truth sect leader stepped out. Muguk was a bit nervous to see the sect leader. He remembered hearing that the man took a miracle medicine a few months ago. Now that he was seeing him up close, he realized that it was not a false rumor. Muguk took a stance. He reminded himself that he also did his best to prepare for this duel. He decided to remove any unnecessary thoughts and emotions from his head. He said that he will fight as if he is facing Mu Wai. The Great Truth sect leader was certain that Muguk knew that he took a miracle medicine. He wondered why the man was calmer than before. He smiled and said that he wants to see how long he can maintain his composure. The moment he thought of this, they were asked to start the second duel. The sect leader disappeared in front of Muguk. Muguk remained calm and bent his head down to dodge the attack. He grabbed the man's hand and swung his sword at him from the side. The man was able to dodge the attack, but Muguk managed to land a cut on his face. The sect leader quickly kicked Muguk. Muguk was able to block his attack with his sword, but he still got pushed back. The sect leader told Muguk that he was holding back in order to avoid what happened last time. He said that he no longer needs to hold back. He charged at Muguk and said that he will give it his all. He swung his sword at him when he got close to him. Muguk was able to block the attack with his sword. He pushed him back. The two men parried each other's attacks. Muguk noticed that the man's side is open when he is using his moves, and his right thigh is also open when he swings upwards. Muguk knew that Mu Wai would have pointed out all these habits. He thought that it would be hard to win against the Great Truth sect leader without some miracle medicine or a literal miracle, but now he understood what our boy saw. he realized that Mu Wai has taught him something much more valuable than those things. He moved past the man and attacked his side at a crazy speed. Some blood gushed out of his body. The Great Truth Sect leader was not ready to stop. He quickly turned around and swung his sword at Muguk. Muguk was able to block it in time. The man quickly kicked him in the ribs. Muguk did not falter. He swung his sword at the sect leader's head. The sect leader was able to dodge it by bending his head back. He quickly went down and used a stunt to push himself back. He grit his teeth out of anger. People have danshins in the cores of their bodies. Qi flows in these danshins. The qi that flows through the body is called internal energy. When this internal energy is refined and condensed within the body, it becomes stronger. This is the internal arts that forms the foundation of all martial arts. However, many people confuse internal arts with internal force. When we are considering the amount and force of the internal energy, we are referring to internal force. Internal arts, on the other hand, refers to the refinement of the internal force, as well as meditation and mental training to reach enlightenment. In other words, having good internal force does not equate to possessing good internal arts. The Great Truth Sect leader made his attacks faster, but Muguk was able to keep up with him. He pushed the man's sword away with a large amount of force. He grabbed his hand and landed a cut on him. The Great Truth Sect leader spat out some blood. Muguk wasn't ready to stop. He turned around and swung his sword at the man. The Great Truth Sect leader knew that he couldn't dodge the attack in time. A small amount of blood got splashed on the ground. The Great Truth Sect members were shocked to see what happened. Even Hongquan was shocked to see what happened. Oddly enough, the Great Truth Sect leader was still alive. It turns out that someone stopped Muguk's sword with his hand before it could reach the sect leader. Mu Wai was the one who stopped it with his hand. Blood dripped from his hand. He told the sect leader that he has done enough. Muguk cried when he heard this. He wanted to kill the man who took his son's life. He realized that he needed to put himself together. Our boy let go of his sword. The Great Truth Sect leader fell to his knees. Hongquan announced that the Fresh Flower Sect won the second duel. Disciples of the Fresh Flower Sect began to cheer when they heard this. They were very happy to hear that they won't have to leave Waynon. The Great Truth Sect leader could not comprehend what was happening. This was not how he wanted things to go. The Misty Tiger Sword was not surprised to see that the man lost. He knew that the sect leader could have won if he just stayed calm. He realized that the man's personality got him there. He wondered if it was necessary for him to even fight Mu Wai. He decided to surrender the moment the match begins. Hongquan announced that the Fresh Flower Sect is the winner since they won 2 duels. He said that they will still stick to the rules and continue the last duel. He asked the participants to step forward. Muguk apologized to our boy for his behavior. He told him that he got carried away with his emotions and ended up hurting him. He could not believe that our boy had to fight with his injured hand. He asked Mu Wai to surrender since they already won. Our boy asked him if he is worried about his hand. He revealed to the sect leader that the blood does not belong to him. He tried to clean it off his hand. Mu Wai explained to Muguk that there was a lot of blood on the sword when he grabbed it. He said that it probably belongs to the Great Truth Sect leader. Muguk could not believe what he was hearing. He could not believe that Mu Wai grabbed the sword he put his full power into and didn't sustain a single injury. Muguk knew that our boy was talented, but he didn't expect it to be on this level. The Great Truth Sect leader asked them to wait. He acknowledged the fact that his sect lost. He asked the Fresh Flower Sect leader if he can do him a favor. He begged Muguk to be more understanding. Muguk scoffed when he heard this. The Great Truth Sect leader agreed to hand over all rights to him since they lost the duel. Muguk reminded him that he was quite desperate to chase them out of Waynon. He asked him to stop acting pathetic. He told him that there is no world where the Fresh Flower Sect will accept his plea. The moment he said this, Mu Wai used his sound transmission to call Muguk. He asked him if he can allow him to take care of this. Muguk did not expect this. He nodded at our boy. Mu Wai told the Great Truth Sect leader that he has a pitiful thick skin. He said that he feels embarrassed for him. Mu Wai told the man that he has an offer for him. He revealed to him that they will allow the Great Truth Sect remain in Waynon if they can win the last duel. However, if the Fresh Flower Sect wins, the Great Truth Sect will need to leave Waynon and also give up something important. This would make the last duel have meaning. The Great Truth Sect leader accepted Mu Wai's offer. Our boy asked him about what he will offer if the Great Truth Sect loses. The Great Truth Sect leader told him that he will give them the sect's rights. Mu Wai asked him to stop playing around. He explained to him that the moment they leave Waynon, all their rights will automatically go to the Fresh Flower sect. He advised the man to offer something that the Fresh Flower sect cannot earn from the duels. He told him that he will rescind his offer if he is going to be greedy. The sect leader grit his teeth when he heard this. He knew that he had no other choice. He told Mu Wai that he will give them 5 great merit orbs. Mu Wai smiled when he heard this. He told the man that he should have offered this from the start. Muguk announced that his sect accepts the Great Truth sect's offer. He said that the Great Truth sect will be permitted to stay in Waynon if they win. However, if the Fresh Flower sect wins, the Great Truth sect will have to give up 5 great merit orbs and leave Waynon. The Misty Tiger Sword said that he must do his best not to lose. He drew his sword and told Mu Wai that he wants to give him a warning. He told our boy that a young martial artist like him will find it difficult to deal with his blade techniques. He advised Mu Wai to give up now. Our boy smiled and asked the man to tell him which martial arts is easy to deal with in this world. He drew his sword after saying this. The Misty Tiger Blade was a title given to the man to imply that he chases off even tigers. Mu Wai knew about him because he challenged him in his past life. He remembered the man as a pretty skilled swordsman from Shaanxi. In order for our boy to recall the time he met the man, it means that he held up longer in the fight against him than he expected. Mu Wai remembered that the Misty Tiger Blade managed to endure about 3 turns. He knew that the man would have survived 10 more turns if his sword didn't break. Mu Wai wondered about how much better the Misty Tiger Blade has become. Hong Quan asked the two of them if they are both ready. The Misty Tiger Blade smiled when he heard this. Hong Quan asked them to begin. The Misty Tiger Blade disappeared in front of our boy. Muguk was shocked to see how fast he was. The man was much faster than the Great Truth sect leader. He knew that the Misty Tiger Blade was strong, but he didn't think that it will be to the point where he could barely follow his movements with his eyes. He believed that this might be dangerous for Mu Wai. Our boy raised his sword and used it to block the man's attack. The Misty Tiger smiled when he saw this. Mu Wai didn't give him the chance to think. He used a technique known as Falling Flower Palm to hit his chest. The attack pushed the Misty Tiger Blade back. Before he could regain his balance, Mu Wai disappeared in front of him. He attacked them from the front and side. The Misty Flower Blade was able to block his attacks. The two of them made their attacks faster and swung their swords at a crazy speed. The others could barely see them. They couldn't believe that this was a duel. All they could see were rays of light. Muguk knew that they weren't seeing rays of light. They were actually sparks of flame created from their swords clashing against each other. Muguk became certain that our boy was facing a really powerful opponent. Mu Wai did not understand what was going on. She wondered why her senior was weaker than normal. She did not understand why Mu Wai was going easy on the man. The Misty Tiger Blade did his best to block our boy's attacks, but he couldn't block all of them. Mu Wai was able to land a cut on his thigh and on his arm. The man could tell that our boy was not a normal kid. He realized that he made a mistake by underestimating Mu Wai because of his age. Although Mu Wai surprised him with his power, the Misty Tiger Blade was still certain that he could win. He covered his sword with his energy and told Mu Wai that he will crush him. The moment he said this, he fired a technique known as the fourfold deadly fangs at our boy. He fired 4 powerful strikes at him. Mu Wai stepped back and used his sword to block the attack. He remembered that the man used this technique when he fought him in his past life. He was able to break through with his sword. Mu Wai decided to do something different. His sword released a pink energy and twisted like a snake. He spun his sword at a crazy speed and used it to block the strikes. Mu Wai was shocked to see this. She said that this is the Falling Plum Blossom Return Ring. Mu Jin told her that this is different from the one they know. It was more offensive. Our boy used the flowers to cut the Misty Tiger Blade's attacks. He created a huge plum blossom with his energy. The technique is known as the Falling Plum Blossom Return Ring. The members of the Great Truth sect were shocked to see the technique. The Misty Tiger Blade was more shocked than everyone. He could not believe his eyes. Mu Wai fired the attack at him. He released tiny petals that tore through the Misty Tiger Blade. The man could not defend himself against this overwhelming attack. He fell to his knees and slammed his head on the ground. Mu Wai turned around to see the man on the ground. He realized that he was too weak to test the technique on. Upon seeing that the Misty Tiger Blade has lost consciousness, Hong Quan announced that the Fresh Flower sect has won the duel. The Great Truth sect leader froze in shock. He could not comprehend what was happening. Things were not going as he planned. He did not know what to do. Hongwon presented Mu Wai with a box containing 5 Great Merit Orbs. The Great Truth Sect and the Fresh Flower Sect both realized that the Manhwa is a powerful sect. They could not believe that a young man like Mu Wai easily defeated the Misty Tiger Blade. Our boy turned to the side to see the Great Truth Sect leader. He used his sound transmission to ask him if it doesn't feel good to lose the Great Merit Orbs that he got sponsored with. The man was shocked to hear what our boy said. Mu Wai asked him if he is curious about how he found out. He told the man that it is quite obvious. He explained to him that it does not make sense for a small sect to have such valuable items. It is not possible even if they are very wealthy. Mu Wai knew that the people behind him are very powerful since they were able to get this for him. With a smile on his face, he thanked the man and told him that this belongs to him now. He wished him good luck. The sect leader didn't know what to say. All he could do was stare at Mu Wai. While he was staring at him, we see a man wearing a hood watching everyone from the woods. At night, we see the disciples of the Fresh Flower Sect lying drunk on their tables. Even the sect leader had passed out from drinking too much. Inside the forest, we see Mu Wai and the others leaving the town. Mu Jin asked our boy to tell him why he went easy on the Misty Tiger Blade. Mu Wai turned and told him that he simply wanted to see the techniques the man had. He said that he had to act weak in order to see them. Mu Chiol told him that the falling plum blossom return ring that he used was different from the one they know. Mu Wai didn't respond to him. Mu Jin asked him if there is a reason why they are leaving late at night. Our boy told him that he doesn't want to deal with people. He said that it was quite hard for him to listen to the Fresh Flower Sect leader's drunkard rants. He told Mu Jin that if they leave tomorrow, more people will want to talk to them. He reminded him that they have taken their Great Merit Orbs. He said that he does not want to deal with any nonsense tomorrow. Mu Wai asked him if their next destination is Lushan. Our boy told her that it is. He actually had another reason for leaving at night. He hoped that he would come across the people that are behind the Great Truth Sect. Mu Wai believes that this people are either long gone or are taking care of things from afar. He wondered about what their goal was. He did not understand why they were helping the Great Truth Sect. Our boy didn't have a good feeling about the situation. On the other side of the forest, we see the Misty Tiger Blade's dead body on the ground. 2 men stood next to his body. The man who appears to be the leader held a sword and stood in front of the Great Truth Sect leader. The man told the scared sect leader that they didn't do much to stop him in all the trouble he has been in up until now. He reminded the man that his actions grew arrogant as days passed by. However, this didn't matter to them as long as he accomplished his missions. The man told the sect leader that he has now crossed the line. He reminded him that they gave him a miracle medicine to take over Waynon, but he ruined things and is now trying to run away. The sect leader told the man that he is sorry. The man asked him not to apologize. He revealed to him that his son will be the one to take responsibility. The sect leader was shocked to hear this. He asked him about what he means. Before he could say anything else, the man beheaded him. He put his sword away and turned to the man next to him. He referred to the man as the Dark Flame Pavilion Master. He asked the man to throw Sayin into the slaughter cave. The Dark Flame Pavilion Master accepted his order. He asked his leader about what they should do about the Fresh Flower Sect and the Manhwa disciples. He said that they interfered with their activities. The leader told him that they won't do anything. He explained to him that there would be no point in killing them if they don't have pawns in Waynon. He said that they will take their hands off this place. He asked the Dark Flame Pavilion Master to keep an eye on Mu Wai. He said that their young leader might be interested in him. The Dark Flame Pavilion Master bowed his head and accepted the order. The leader told him that he has to leave. He said that he will be scolded if he is late again. He told his subordinate that he only stopped by on his way back. The Dark Flame Pavilion Master bowed his head and told him that he will see him later. The moment he said this, the leader disappeared in front of him. The man asked someone to throw Sayin in the slaughter cave and keep track of what the Mount Hua disciples are doing. Some men appeared out of nowhere and told the Dark Pavilion Master that they understand. One of them carried Sayin away. The scene shifts, and we are taken to Lushan. Mu Hua told her senior that Lushan is known for hot springs. She said that she was excited when she heard that they had to stop by somewhere first. She believed that they were going to a hot spring because they have been walking without rest. The girl could not believe that Mu Wai took them to the smithy. She asked our boy about why he bought a huge sword. Mu Wai explained to his juniors that he is holding a great sword. It is a sword that is much bigger and heavier than the one they use. Our boy told them that the sword will be perfect for Mu Chiol. The boy was surprised to hear this. Muwai gave him the sword and asked him to use it while training. He explained to him that it will give him more strength in his sword technique. Our boy gave the others different swords. He told them that it will be useful until they receive their own plum blossom swords. He said that the blades have been sharpened. The two of them thanked him. Muwa turned to Muwai and asked him if the sect leader will permit the great sword. Our boy told her that it depends on what Muchiol does with it. He said that the boy needs to prove that even a great sword can be the Mount Hua's sword. Muchiol stared at the blade. He told Muwai that he is correct. Our boy told his juniors that they need to head to the Shining Radiance sect. Muwa asked him about when they will go to the hot springs. Muwai told her that they will go once they are done there. In the next scene, we see a man with a scar on his face welcome the group to the sect. He introduced himself as the sect leader. His name is Kong Buem. The sect leader told them that he has been eagerly waiting for them after hearing about what they did in Pasung and Weinan. He said that people from the Mount Hua are truly amazing. Muwai put his hand together and bowed his head to introduce himself to the man. Muwa and her fellow juniors did the same thing. Boyuem couldn't put his hand together. He was only able to bow his head. He revealed to them that he lost his right arm in the Shanxi massacre. He asked them to understand why he cannot fully pay his respects. Boyuem asked them to come in. He said that he wants to speak to them in a more comfortable setting. Inside his office, we see Boyuem offer them tea. He revealed to them that he heard about how they chased away the brutal blood faction and the Great Truth sect. He could not believe that this was done by 4 second-generation disciples. He told the group that they are amazing. Our boy told him that he is being too kind. The sect leader asked him not to say this. He said that he wouldn't have been able to achieve the same feat, even if he still had his right arm. Mu Jin told the man that he has already done something greater than this by fighting in the Shanxi massacre. Muwa told him that they are there thanks to him. She said that this is why they are able to do what they do. Boyuem touched his shoulder and asked them if they think that he was a lot of help because he is missing an arm. He said that he was actually in the way of the Mount Hua disciples. He revealed to them that the Phantom Swordsman saved him. Muwai was surprised to hear this. He asked him if he is serious. Boyuem explained to him that the Phantom Swordsman killed the demonic martial artist that was about to kill him. He said that he is certain that the Phantom Swordsman has saved more people in that manner. Muwai felt embarrassed. He told the man that it is probably just a coincidence. The sect leader disagreed with him and told him that the Phantom Swordsman might seem like he runs wild on the battlefield, but he can actually see everything that is going on. He said that the Phantom Swordsman only attacked the enemy's weak points. He assured Muwai that it wasn't a coincidence that the Phantom Swordsman killed the demonic martial artist that wanted to kill him. He told him that the Phantom Swordsman ran wild in order to save as many allies as he could. Our boy didn't know how to explain things to the man. The sect leader told them that he was too embarrassed to be thanked by them when he only made it out alive because of the Phantom Swordsman. With a bright smile on his face, Boyuem thanked them for what they have done. He told them that the Mount Hua Sword Saint and the Phantom Swordsman would be proud if they saw what they have done. He advised them to continue doing things as they have. Mu Jin and the others were happy to hear this. Our boy was actually embarrassed that the man praised him. Since the group has been to Pasung and Weinan, Boyuem asked them if they are here to look after outer sects. He apologized to them and told them that the Shining Radiance sect does not have any issues. He said that he doesn't like letting problems fester. Muwai told him that it is a good thing that they don't have any problems. He asked him not to apologize. Boyuem told our boy that he can be honest. He explained to him that he would also be bored and disappointed if he came all this way only to find out that there is no one for him to fight. Muwa was shocked to hear this. She didn't hope to fight anyone at all. The sect leader asked her not to be shocked. He told her that he is also a man of the Murim. He assured her that he understands her feelings. Our boy did not expect the sect leader to see through him. Muwa told the sect leader that this is actually better. She said that they want to experience the hot springs in Lushan to wash away their exhaustion. Boyuem revealed to her that this won't be possible. Muwai was shocked to hear this. The sect leader explained to them that he would love to show them, but a murderer is on the loose. He assured them that he does not doubt their skills. He told them that it won't be wise to expose themselves to danger unnecessarily. He revealed to them that the Zhongnan sect's first-generation disciples are already after the criminal. He said that it is only a matter of time before the criminal is caught. He told the group that he will take them to a great spring if the murderer is caught before they leave Lushan. Boyuem stood up and asked them to rest. He asked them to show his disciples the Manhwa sword if they get bored. They all bowed their heads and thanked the sect leader. Muwai could tell that the murderer has been on the loose for some time. He did not know why Boyuem was acting carefree, as if it doesn't matter. Our boy found it weird that a man who said that he doesn't like letting problems fester hasn't done anything about the murderer in question. Muwai felt like the sect leader was trying to keep them there. He was certain that Boyuem was hiding something. He decided to keep an eye on him. In the next scene, we see Muwai standing on the stairs. He had not yet figured out what the shining radiant sect leader was hiding, but he believed that he would soon get a hint on it. He didn't feel the need to rush anything, especially since the Zhongnan sect was after the murderer. Muwai believed that it was more important for him to train his juniors with his time. He told his juniors that he feels that he hasn't been able to supervise their training lately. Muwai felt like crying when she heard this. She asked him not to feel bad. She said that they were very happy. Muwai told the girl that it is good that they were happy. He told her that he is going to train them like dogs. The girl felt like breaking down when she heard this. The scene shifts and we see Mu Chiol swing his great sword at Muwai. Our boy blocked his attack and got pushed back a bit. He noticed that Mu Chiol's movements have more weight and strength to them now that he is using a great sword. However, this wasn't enough to stop Muwai. Our boy disappeared in front of Mu Chiol and reappeared next to him with his blade pointed at his neck. Mu Chiol was shocked to see this. He couldn't even react to Muwai's speed. Our boy explained to him that he has become slower now that his sword has more force in it. He told him that a fast opponent wouldn't miss this detail. He explained to him that he needs to be aware that even the smallest mistake can cost him his life when he is wielding a great sword. Immediately he said this. Muwai sensed something. He quickly moved to the side to dodge Muwai's attack. He saw that she only attacked him with her sword sheath. He realized that she was trying to deceive her opponent with a sheath in order to attack with her sword. He quickly noticed that he was wrong. Muwai pretended to use her sword. She gave Muwai a kick in his leg instead. Our boy found her strategy to be clever, but it wasn't going to work on him. He used his sword to block her kick. Although her trick was a bit obvious, it was actually more difficult to fight Muwai than the other disciples. This is because she has better senses than others. Muwai pushed her leg away and swung his sword at her with a lot of force. Muwai quickly moved away to dodge the attack. She felt like a demon was trying to kill her. Although her senses are amazing, the girl has never trained them. It was a talent she was born with. Muwai was certain that the girl would greatly improve if he could help her utilize her advantage. After moving away from Muwai, the girl turned around and told her senior that she almost died. Immediately she said this. Our boy appeared next to her with his blade at her neck. Muwai was shocked to see this. Muwai told the girl that she needs to calm down. He asked her to tell him how she is going to slay her enemies if she is always so chaotic. After saying this, he took his sword away and asked the next person to come. The girl was quite relieved that his blade wasn't next to her neck again. The next person was Mujin. The boy's senses were not as sharp as Muwai's own, but they were still quite good, and the boy was as calm as Mu Chiol. Muwai knew that someone as talented as Mujin is quite rare. When it comes to duels, the boy was better than Mu Chiol and Muwai. However, there was one critical weakness that he had which made all his talent worthless. Muwai charged at the boy. Mujin was able to block his attack. He quickly turned around and swung his sword at Muwai. He saw something shocking. He saw that our boy wasn't turning around fast enough. Mujin became scared that Muwai was going to get hurt. He quickly stopped moving his sword before it touched Muwai. Our boy asked him about why he is worrying about him. He grabbed Mujin's sword and used his sword hilt to hit him in his stomach with a large amount of force. The boy coughed out heavily when he received the attack. Muwai told Mu Chiol that she just felt his pain. The boy told her that Muwai hit Mujin harder than he hit them. Mujin fell to his knees and placed his hand on his stomach. The boy's problem is that he is afraid of hurting others more than death itself. Although it might not seem like a big issue now, it will be a different thing when he comes across an opponent that he needs to face with all his might. If he was to meet an enemy that was this strong, he would fight them with his friends. However, his weakness would not only put him in danger, it would also put his friends in danger too. Muwai knew that he will have to remove Mujin from his group if he is unable to overcome this critical issue. He was certain that Mujin was also aware of this. He told his juniors that they are done for the day. He told them that they should already be aware of what their issues are. He walked past Mujin and explained to them that there is no shortcut to improving their skills. Proper training is the fastest route. He asked them to train as if there is no tomorrow. Mu-Wai knew that it is impossible for a person to passively overcome a problem. He believed that Mujin needed to actively try to overcome his problem. Mujin looked defeated as he knelt on the ground. He looked like he was aware of his issue and what it could cost him. Later in the night, we see Mu-Wai training his body. He held his sword in one hand and used it to push his body up. He closed his eyes and stayed perfectly still in the air. While he was training, someone said that he did not think that he would be training at this hour. He said that he doesn't expect anything less from our boy. Mu-Wai opened his eyes and saw the sect leader. He quickly moved down. Bo-Yum was amazed by how fit Mu-Wai was. He told him that many people don't focus on training their strength. Mu-Wai said that training his strength is as important as training his sword. The sect leader told him that he reminds him of the Iron Mountain Fist King. Mu-Wai told the sect leader that he can leave if he wants to train. Bo-Yum laughed and told him that this isn't the only training ground in the sect. Mu-Wai asked him about why he came there. Bo-Yum revealed to our boy that he wants to ask him for a favor. With a serious look on his face, he asked Mu-Wai if he can kill him right now. Our boy did not expect to hear this. He raised his sword and told the man that it actually won't be difficult. The sect leader raised his hand and asked him to wait. Mu-Wai asked him if he doesn't want him to kill him again. The man said that he doesn't want to die. He told him that most people would ask him about why he requested for such a thing. He didn't think that our boy wouldn't question him. He realized that it was good that Mu-Wai didn't question him. He decided to go straight to the point. He revealed to our boy that he wants to have a duel with him. Mu-Wai accepted his request. He believed that this was an opportunity for him to figure out what the man is hiding. The sect leader told Mu-Wai that he has a condition. He asked our boy to fight him as if he intends to kill him. Mu-Wai did not expect to hear this. He now understood what the man was hiding. Bo-Yum placed his hand on his sword and said that there is no point in training if it is not like a real situation. He drew his sword and told Mu-Wai that he will fight him as if he means to kill him too. Immediately he said this. The man charged at Mu-Wai. He swung his sword at him when he got close to him. Our boy used his sword to block the attack. The sect leader quickly swung his sword at him again. Mu-Wai quickly bent his head down to dodge the attack. He thrust his blade at the man. He was able to push his hand away. He gave the man a punch on his ribs. The sect leader coughed out when he felt the punch. Mu-Wai swung his sword at him with a large amount of force. Bo-Yum had to jump out of the way to dodge the attack. He swung his sword at Mu-Wai from behind. Our boy easily blocked his attack. He and the man made their attacks faster. They blocked each other's attacks. They both jumped back to create some distance between themselves. They raised their swords and charged at each other again. Before the sect leader could swing his sword, Mu-Wai placed his sword on his wrist and pointed his palm at his head. He was ready to blow away the man's head. Bo-Yum was amazed by how skilled Mu-Wai was. He realized that our boy utilized the fact that he could only use his left hand, and he also saw through his habit. He asked Mu-Wai about how he noticed his habit. Our boy explained to him that he didn't use any stabbing techniques, even though he puts a lot of force into his sword. He told the man that he could feel that he was hiding the fact that he is not used to fighting with his left hand, so he decided to take advantage of this. Mu-Wai put away his sword after saying this. The sect leader laughed when he heard what he said. He told our boy that he is correct. He revealed to him that he is only half as good as before. He swung his sword and said that he is still training his left hand. He said that it is not easy for him. Mu-Wai told him that this is normal. He told the man that everything will change for him. His directions, perspectives, and techniques will be completely different. He found it amazing that the sect leader was already able to fight on this level. He told Bo-Yum that he has one thing to say. He explained to him that he is putting too much force into his sword. He told him that his strength is not balanced. He said that it is because he is in a rush. He told the man that he doesn't think that he is lacking in strength. He advised him to practice precision and stabbing instead of putting so much force into his sword. The sect leader was shocked to hear this. He found the advice to be amazing. Mu-Wai revealed to him that he is aware that he didn't show him everything he was capable of because he was trying to be considerate. Bo-Yum did not expect to hear this. He explained to our boy that he was actually taking it serious even though he didn't show him everything he was capable of. He told Mu-Wai that he felt that he was the one who didn't even use half of his strength. Our boy told him that he is correct. He explained to the man that he would have gotten hurt if he became serious. The sect leader smiled when he heard this. He knew that our boy was right, because he could feel it too. He thanked him for the feedback he gave him. He told him that he has taken too much of his time. After saying this, the man moved forward. Muwai watched him as he walked forward. He knew that the man made it seem like he asked for a duel because of his left hand, but this was not the only reason. Our boy became certain that the man was hiding something when he noticed the amount of force the man had in his sword. He knew that Bum was trying to assess something. He believed that the sect leader wanted to see if he was skilled enough to fight alongside him if the murderer came to the sect. He didn't understand why Bum would do this. He recalled that the man said that the Zhongnan sect is already after the murderer. He wondered why the man was doing all this. Muwai realized that the sect leader does not think that the murderer is an ordinary murderer. Our boy completely understood why the man was acting like this. He believed that his actions make sense, especially if the man was thinking about a certain murderer. Muwai once met a murderer in his past life. This monster is known as the Old Monster of 100 Faces. This crazy old man is the one who made people create the term known as the Killing Demon. There is a very small number of people who have seen the old monster's true face because of how good he was with disguise. The old monster gained fame in the Jianghu because he used his disguise skills for evil. He would kill leaders of smaller sects and pretend to be the leader. He would also go back and forth between two sects in order to cause conflict between them. The story of how he went around causing discord between two sides is already well known. The old monster also committed terrible acts to those near the person he was disguising himself as. This is why the Old Monster of 100 Faces was so well known even though nobody had ever seen his face and he had no organization supporting him. The old monster once disguised himself as Hyunjo and approached our boy in his past life. They fought for a while and our boy managed to injure him badly, but he ended up getting away. The man went into hiding after their fight. There were rumors that he later returned, but the culprits of the incidents were nothing compared to the Old Monster of 100 Faces. In the end, the Old Monster of 100 Faces wasn't caught, and he did not appear again. Even though the current criminal is called a murderer, Muwai felt like he was a bit different. This made him concerned. He wondered why the sect leader would be this concerned because of some rumors. He believed that the man has additional information that he wasn't sharing with him. He knew that the old monster wasn't the murderer. Even a martial master as advanced as him can't live that long. It makes more sense for the murderer to be his disciple. The main issue lies in the murderer's strength. Muwai believed that he could guess how strong the murderer is. All he needed to know is the person from the Zhongnan sect who is after the murderer. As long as the person is not an elder, Muwai believed that he would also be strong enough to take on the murderer. He actually wished that the Zhongnan sect could catch the murderer without him having to intervene. The next day, we see some people walking past the place where Muwai and Bum fought. One of them told their senior disciple that there are deep sword traces in the ground. The senior said that the murderer was definitely there. She asked her juniors not to let their guards down. She told them that they can never know when or where an attack might come from. These people in the blue and white robes are the disciples of the Zhongnan sect. The senior disciple said that she can smell death there. Muwai watched them from the roof as they walked towards the shining radiant sect. He realized that these people are first-generation disciples. He recalled that 3 first-generation disciples are worth 1 elder. Muwai realized that the murderer might be on the level of an elder. He knew that he was screwed. First-generation disciples are people who stand a chance to become the head of a sect or a clan. They are an essential force of an organization. Hyunjo was among the first-generation disciples of the Manhwa sect. He was known as the Manhwa Sword Saint. The Zhongnan sect is one of the renowned sects that resides in Shaanxi like the Manhwa. Just like the Manhwa has Hyunjo, the Zhongnan sect also has someone they consider special. There is a person among the first-generation disciples who is known for being hardworking. This person is known as the greatest disciple. This person is the woman in front of our boy. The woman introduced herself as Il Mu of the Zhongnan sect. The man sitting next to Il Mu was happy to meet a disciple of a renowned sect. He introduced himself as Il's son. The last man introduced himself as Il Hun. Our boy put his hand together and introduced himself to the disciples. He referred to them as seniors and told them that he is still lacking when compared to them. He said that he is honored that they hold him in such high regard. Muwai believed that it made sense for Sun and Hun to partake in the mission, but he did not expect Il Mu to also be involved. Boeum knew that our boy would not expect to see the disciples of the Zhongnan sect in his sect. He explained to him that he couldn't tell him in advance because it was supposed to be kept a secret. He asked Mu why to understand him. He asked our boy to sit so that they can have a talk. Mu revealed to him that they were having a conversation about the murderer, but they were all waiting for him. She told our boy that the sect leader decided that it would be best for him to join them. Mu asked them if it is all right for him to join. He said that the case is supposed to be top secret. Sun told him that they would be honored if he can listen and help them. Mu decided to continue the conversation. She said that there are 5 murderers. She and her comrades already killed 2, but the other 3 are on the run. According to the woman, the murderers split up in different directions, and they haven't been able to make a lot of progress in the chase. She said that the murderers are experts when it comes to disguises. She said that it will be quite difficult to know who they are based on their appearances. She revealed to Mu and Boyum that their sect leader created a special miracle medicine that allows them to smell the murderers. She said that this is how they were able to track them down. She explained to them that the medicine actually allows them to smell blood. However, it has a small problem. Although they have an acute sense of smell, it is hard for them to track down the exact location within a certain radius. Boyum understood what she meant. The woman said that there is at least 1 murderer in the Shining Radiance sect at this moment. Boyum and Mu were shocked to hear this. Mu said that she doesn't know who it is. She told the sect leader that she wanted to meet him because she was hoping that he would lend them a hand. Boyum told her that he might not be of help to her with just his 1 arm. He asked the woman to tell him what he can do. Mu said that they need to figure out who the murderer is. Sun said that there was no alcohol in every single murder scene they went to. He deduced that the murderer is someone who likes drinking and showing off a bit. Mu understood why the man thought like this. Since the murderer didn't bother to erase their traces even though they knew that they could be tracked down, it means that they are arrogant. Sun told him that he is correct. He revealed to them that they plan to hold a party full of alcohol. Hoon said that the culprit will probably fall for this trap since he is an arrogant man. Mu said that it will be more advantageous for the murderer if a lot of people are in one place. She put her hand into her clothes and took out a small item. She revealed to them that it is sleeping gas. She said that the gas that comes out of this item will put the people to sleep. She explained to them that they will incapacitate the crowd and take care of the target when they find out who it is. Boyum accepted the woman's explanation. He believed that it would be better for him to help them since the murderer is already in his sect. He said that they will hold a party tonight. Later in the night, we see several drinks and food on the tables of the disciples of the sect. Boyum raised his cup and said that this is for the heroes of Manhwa and righteous martial artists of Zhongnan. After he said this, everyone in the room took their drinks. The people ate and spoke to one another. While everyone was talking to each other, we see Mu looking at a huge fried chicken and some side dishes. While drooling, our boy wondered about who wouldn't come to such a good party. He decided not to drink so that no one would mistake him as a culprit. The moment he thought of this, he saw Mu slam a bottle of alcohol on the table after drinking it. The girl said that it is so good. Mu decided to ignore her. He turned to the side to see the first-generation disciples of the Zhongnan sect. He saw the 3 of them discussing something. Mu noticed that he saw them. She gently smiled at him. Our boy wondered if the disciples will doubt them. He turned to Mu Jin. He noticed that the boy was touching his nose. He remembered asking him not to do this. Boyum stood up and said that he has to leave in order to prepare for tomorrow's training. He asked the others to enjoy themselves. Everyone quickly turned to him when they heard this. They found it odd that the sect leader was leaving. They decided to look for the murderer right now. The other disciples drank the liquor and served themselves food. They all enjoyed themselves until they passed out. Even Mu's juniors got knocked out. Only Mu and the first-generation disciples were awake. The disciples saw that no one was standing. Sun said that the murderer is either not there or he is caught up to their plan and is pretending to be asleep. Sun spoke to our boy without moving his lips. Mu did not expect the man to talk to him using the frequency whispering technique. The man revealed to him that the Shining Radiance sect leader is the murderer. Mu was shocked to hear this. Mu said that they can't be certain if the sect leader is the only person with a fake identity there. She said that she will stay behind to watch over everyone. She asked Mu to take care of the murderer pretending to be the sect leader with Il's son and Il Hun. Our boy asked her to take care of his juniors and the other disciples of the Shining Radiance sect. The woman told him that she will. She assured him that he will be fine because he is fighting with Il Sun and Il Hoon. She advised him not to let his guard down. Immediately she said this, Mu Y and her comrades disappeared in an instant. The scene shifts, and we see the group step into the sect leader's quarters. The man asked them if they have caught the murderers. He was shocked to see them pointing their swords at him. Mu Y raised his sword and told Boim that he almost fooled them. Sun asked him if it was fun playing someone else. Hoon asked him to surrender. The sect leaders seemed to be quite shocked. He didn't understand what was going on. Mu Y asked him if he is still not going to show his true colors. He told him that he will show him something. Sun asked him to not do anything. He said that they will take care of things. Immediately he said this. Hoon got stabbed in his chest from behind. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want more of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.